of your monogamous relationship?
All the positives. How could you even come up with any negatives? If you get along with your spouse and you communicate and you love each other and you do for each other and you help each other grow,
Right.
what's wrong with that?
You're right. I agree with you. Now amplify that 2 and 3 times. What would be wrong with that? More the merrier, huh?
No,
No.
no,
Okay. Because you're divided.
not for me. Maybe
Because
for
you're
you, that's fine.
individualized, because you're
That's fine
separated
for
from the
you.
universe, and because you're godless. You already said you don't believe in God, a program, and a plan, a universe that's all connected. You've said that. So
Oh, and
because
that
you're
means what?
divided and
That means
divisive,
what?
because you're individualized and disconnected, you have to choose one and only one and think that that's the only thing there, and you're a fool. So there's opportunity everywhere. Folks see only limitation because they think and believe from a divisive standpoint about themselves and the universe. I see inclusion, you see division. I see opportunity, you see limitation. You're not where you need to be for
Not at
yourself,
all.
let alone anyone else in this realm. You are the problem.
I'm not a problem whatsoever. It's the flip side
You
of the
don't
coin.
understand true love. You think I'm
You,
talking sex every time I say polyamory when amory is love. It's a oneness connection. It's a communal idea. If you don't have it, you will not succeed as a village and a community. You will divide and go to war over pussy and resources every fucking time.
anybody would. You just have nothing positive to say about a relationship between a man
Right,
and
and
a
why are
woman.
you triggered? Why do you care if you're
I'm not.
fulfilled
I
in
want.
this is so
I'm trying to
simple
make you grow,
psychology.
Paul.
If
You're
you
just
were
so
fulfilled in
one-sided.
your relationship, if you really knew it to be true, you wouldn't be up here for weeks and months with an angry, confused face on,
Paul's
taking a
opinion or no
defensive
opinion.
position.
God
You'd
forbid
be off
someone has another
fucking
opinion.
that masculine looking woman of
Can I
yours I've seen up here. That's what you'd be off doing.
can I can I
Right?
offer
You'd
this?
have her coming to you like she's coming again to me after 2 weeks of being gone, and she's better than ever in her life, starting her own school and going, I want to see you again. I say, I'd like to see you again too. Come on down. You don't have
I
your
just want
woman
to.
coming to you to see you. You're probably spending most of your time away from each other because you can't live with each other or without each other.
Are you
See,
talking
I
to me
could do
I
either.
just
personally,
I
or
just
you
want to
just in
say
I
for
could
general?
the
live with
record.
her and we both enjoy it. We could be apart and we both enjoy it because we have a process for ourselves that I've worked with her on seeing.
I just want to say for the record, real quick. I'm not getting much value between the back and forth from. This is just me personally, between DD214 and Mr. Enslaved over here. I think Dick back and forth with Mr. Enslaved was a lot more valuable.
Common theme
I
with
agree.
Steve.
Well, I'm glad to
Yeah,
hear
because I want
Rob
to get
actually
down to
said
brass
that.
taxes of how this works out on a day to day, because I'm not really opposed to what Paul is presenting. I just want to challenge it from a practical
Same way.
standpoint. Like, how does this work out when that becomes the equation? Is the woman wants to do something else? Now, I can see her
Dick.
saying, hey, I want to go to this family over here because I would better serve that family and the skills I
Can you
have. And
mute the moron who's out in the fucking wind because I can't hear Dick?
yeah, good call.
Can you mute the moron who can barely spell or speak and has no real understanding of any value and worth? Who knows why
I
a woman
don't
or
think
child
it's
would even want to be around that being, a godless being who served the beast system and be part of the military, who walks around like this with a smug face and has no real worth, value, or understanding. So much so he has to come to me, someone half his age, to get it. And even when he gets it, won't accept it. Right. I'm
Yeah, and
tired
I
of
also
dealing with
just want to.
spiritual children 24/7 who can't explain anything they do and why they do it. From a level of like deep introspection.
I also want to say I'm not really like fence riding, but I'm more on the standpoint of where Dick is coming from, just because that's what I've known most of my life. I haven't really been exposed to this other sort of dynamic that Paul is putting forth, and it hasn't been explained and elaborated on, as I said before, in a way that makes sense. And so I can appreciate Dick sort of asking those questions, because these are things that are also going through my mind.
Yeah, that's why I love Dick. Because Dick has an ability, right, at times to separate himself and ask the right question for me to go on the right ramble and give a valuable answer, and then for us to look at both sides. Now, he will get triggered at certain points if you watch closely, but he's pretty good at maintaining that and regulating that. And that's why Dick probably has a lot of potential, a lot more than I've seen, to live this lifestyle. Because one of the keys is, and don't mistake my metaversal presentment for how I deal with women and children, I don't yell. I don't hit. I don't threaten. If anything, I just remove myself. So I've allowed them to get triggered in front of me over and over again. I de-escalate. I give them the understanding as I'm seeing it or my preference. I offer them an opportunity, right, to either see it or understand it or not and still work and grow and live. And then if not, it doesn't apply with children. I don't have them. I'm just saying children I've dealt with. But with a woman, it applies, right? It's a conditional acceptance day to day. That's what a relationship is. We have to relate to each other based on a common understanding. So we're serving something outside of each one of us. Through that understanding, we can achieve a trust and a bond. That's all that it is. You could do that with anybody. I could do that with a man, a woman. Sexuality with a woman is just another way of entertaining that bond. That's why I make love. I don't fuck. Because I'm going into it as love, creating a bond through true care and true love, united in principles and understanding. The sexuality is an extension of that. Okay? So I'm not a motherfucker.
But Paul,
like
you
most
said
of the chimpanzees out here, right?
you said
Why I don't have children of my own, because I don't want them and I don't engage in that practice. I don't need to put my dick inside a woman's vagina to feel like a man. If the rest of you would understand that I'm not like you and I don't search for my masculinity at the bottom of a cervix, you would get me more. Okay, so I have a masculine aspect and a feminine aspect in me, right? As a man, I'm always looking for the next one. The woman inside of me says, if you're going to take on the next one, you better make sure it's the right one. Okay, that's how that works together.
earlier on in the beginning of this rant, you said something to the effect that I don't yell, I don't hit, and it seemed to me as if it was something that you want. You were. I probably think you don't mean it that way, but it was like as if somebody says, "Well, I'm a good mother." Well, you don't get extra points for being a good mother. You're supposed to be a good mother. So you don't get extra points because you don't hit, you don't yell.
I'm not looking for points.
No,
There's
he's
no
not
point
saying
here.
that.
Get this pig out of my face. This is exactly what I mean. You think
That's not what he's talking
convince
about,
anybody? I'm saying the majority of folks yell and scream at women and children like I have to scream at you grown chimpanzees up here. Because it's so fucking frustrating. I expect women and children to act a certain way. They haven't been led by you men. I don't expect you men to act like this. It's fucking absurd.
But hitting and yelling is not something you get brownie points for. It's just
that's not what he's saying, Lou.
So
he's saying that he's
just make you not even want to like be here at all. Just
I know.
Weak inability to follow the fucking conversation, projecting onto everything. Projecting onto everything.
He's saying that he's
can't follow a motherfucking conversation and the energy behind it and the theme. Everything is a damn watching, evaluating, projection seminar. Can't listen worth a damn either. Wonder why the women and children run the other way. Because while they're watching and listening, they're evaluating and projecting and can't give an adequate response either because they were too busy doing that process. Can't get out of their own fucking way. Just be, listen, try to process, and form an adequate response, not a reaction.
Why did he leave? Okay, I have an idea. If we can do pre-family...
just so everyone knows, I did not kick him out. He left on his own accord. I guess couldn't handle it.
I think it'd be nice to do pre-family and post-family. Like, Dick, your question is really like, if we just talk about pre-family, pre-babies first, we handle that and like get to some level of understanding with that, and then we can kind of explore like babies, community, post-family. Like, I feel like these are two levels, right? Because like,
but the post, I think usually where Paul's criticisms are pointed are at people who have families. So that's where it becomes really an interesting dynamic. So I say, why not go to the difficult dynamic? Because if you don't have children, a lot of this becomes a lot easier, right? I mean, even a poly.
Well, we got to address that first because you're confused about that first. The pre
imagination.
Dick, let's talk about the pre-family confusion though. Like you're talking about when when a woman wants to explore. In my other man, like in my experience,
No,
when I've been
sure that actually that situation I characterize as the man has kids, and when she wants to go off and explore, if it's just about her sexuality, and you have children, and then now you're bringing in the potential of STDs, you're bringing in the potential of children with other men, you're bringing in the financial burden, there's so many things that
you're operating. Can we go back to the full panel, please, so we can all see each other?
Let's go with your flow, Timmy. I'm fine with that. Pre-children, pre-family.
So bizarre.
Yeah, well, all I'm saying is pre-family. Honestly,
Timmy, this is so simple. I just did this yesterday with a couple.
I
You're
know.
operating like all the male chimpanzees from a fear survival space. That's why you lack connection with your true self and women and children completely. Because you view every opportunity as a limitation. You don't think I'm aware of all those things? You think you just revealed sexually transmitted diseases to me?
Articulating the obvious of what would be the concern.
Why? Why are you articulating the obvious? That does not apply. Because you want to defend your position.
These are the questions
That's
that
why.
people have about how does this play out in a practical sense in a real family scenario where the woman wants to go be with other men and she brings that.
You're stuck on the same dick.
That I've met women who have STDs who I don't deal with because I talk to them and they tell me, hello.
Okay, Dick, here's the thing, man.
I know because I have discernment. Anyone in there? You think everyone's like you that just bumps into shit and puts their dick in it and doesn't know what they're doing? No, they're not.
Okay, so when the woman comes to you and she says, I would like to engage in relationships with other men for whatever purpose it is, for sexual stimulation, she feels that she wants to serve other men because in her mind, she thinks that she can multitask.
He doesn't get that.
Like that. You're projecting your masculinity onto women.
I'm asking you a direct question. How does it play out in a practical sense? Ground level, day-to-day,
the majority of women break up
of the
with
normal
men like
relationship
this and
dynamics between a man and a woman. What happens when the woman comes to the man and says she wants to go stray and do something different?
He's going to keep talking his nonsense when the first line was nonsense. Women don't think like men.
Give me an answer.
It's not how it works.
I've been asking you to tell me how it works then.
Like them.
Look, Dick, it doesn't work like that.
I want to hear it from Paul.
You're not getting it. The chimpanzees.
Okay.
Let me hear it from Paul. I want to hear from Paul how that works in a practical sense. Day-to-day relationships, ground floor, children or no children. How do you handle that? She wants to go be with other men. She has a desire in her imagination that she wants to.
What he's saying, I think typically it's not going to be the woman that brings that up, because that's not the nature. That's not the nature of the woman. It's the nature of the man. So he brings that up in as the forefront, so it's clear.
So can a woman be intellectually honest? I mean, can she present what she's actually thinking in her mind and communicate that?
We're not equal.
Depends on the woman. Some can, most of them can.
Now we're
asking if they come and do that, because if they don't do that, they're doing it behind your back, right? So they're either presenting this scenario to you, or they're not communicating and they're doing things in the dark. So now when they come and present it, because they're actually someone that communicates and says, I want to explore sexuality outside of this relationship for whatever reason, you're going to dismiss them, correct? You're going to say, I hope the person, as you said before, has a good job and can pay for you because I don't want nothing to do with you, you goofy broad. Or are you going to entertain that? How's that going to go?
You didn't listen. You're doing it again. You're trying to defend your position 5 layers in with something I said weeks ago. I was talking, you're an out of contexter like everyone usually. You didn't hear before and after, because I guarantee I said that the bozo they're going to go to is not going to provide the experience I do. They're going to provide things.
So it's a good for the goose, not for the gander scenario.
I said the percentages. percentages are better than yours. What don't you get about that concept?
It's called hypocrisy. It's not a
It's called an
unilateral
accurate
set of
assessment from my
conditions. You've got
perspective.
one set of standards for you and the other set of standards for the female.
Right,
That's
because
fine.
men and women
That's
are
called
not the same
polygamy.
creature.
So why
We're
don't
not
you
the
just call
same,
yourself
dude.
a polygamist
Because men and
get
women
it
are not
over
the
with?
same creature
That's
biologically, and you
textbook
can't figure out
definition
spiritually
of
we're
what
equal,
you
but biologically
identify
we're
as,
not.
Paul.
We're bigger,
You're
we're
a
stronger, we're
polygamist,
faster,
and that's fine.
and we
I
behave
kind of
differently.
identify that way
We're
too.
bigger, we're
So
stronger, we're faster,
we're
and
pretty
we
much
behave differently.
pointing
But
the
you
compass
can't
in the
figure
same
out
direction and
how to
both
resolve
failing
all
at our attempt
paradoxes.
right now.
That's why
Because
you probably can't communicate with your woman. That's why I guarantee your woman right now is thinking of some man, I don't care if it's George Clooney, and she'd rather be with him.
as has every woman you've ever been with, has
But
been
she's
thinking
not
about a bigger
going to
dick than
tell
yours,
you
Paul.
that
Who
because she
cares?
can't come to
What
you
does
and
that have to do with the
because you'll do
conversation?
this.
Why don't we
you'll
actually
do
deal with
this.
the actual
Because
point,
you'll
which
do
is how does
this.
it work out in
Like I see
practical
all day,
standpoint?
every day.
The truth
You'll
is,
defend your
it doesn't work
position.
out
You'll take
practically
shit out of
when
context.
the woman
You'll
comes and
loop and
honestly
cycle
communicates
from
with
your
you.
ego
You're
to
going to
protect your
dismiss her.
position,
It's
but
going to be
never
the
open
end
up
of
and
the
listen
story.
and consider the
And that means
fact.
you have
And
different
now you're
standards
going to
for you
filibuster
versus what
because
you
you
have
know
for
you've
her.
lost the
So
high
that
ground in
means
the
it's
power
not an
position.
actual
It's obvious.
polyamorous. It's
Obvious to
not a
everyone in
fair
the
and open
room.
relationship. It's
Obvious
not
to
open
all the chat folks,
communication. You'd
except for
rather
the
her
other
cheat behind
monogamy
your
boys
back and
who
do it
want to
without telling
identify
you,
with
so you don't
you
have to
like
know about
Tuck
it. So your
in
ego doesn't have to get
Tennessee.
struck. Imagine if the woman actually came and communicated to you, did what
And
you
you'll do
actually
this,
say
right?
you want.
And you'll do this. She'll come to you and say, I really want to be with Paulie Boy on all levels, even if for one night, and you're going to do this. That's why she's not going to come to you. She's either going to think about it and not do it because she loves you and she's guilty like her little baby, or she's going to do it behind your back and not tell you because you can't handle it.
And so when you're a wife and kids and she says, I'm going to go sleep with Dick tonight because I want to be with him and he's a bigger
Not
man
gonna
than
happen.
you and his
It's not
genitalia
gonna
is
happen.
30% bigger
No
than
more
yours.
than
It's
you're
not
not
gonna
going to be
happen.
with Dick's wife.
You're
You're
gonna
not
say,
going
not
to Dick's
gonna
go ahead,
wife
happen.
at
sweetheart,
all.
because
It's
I'm a
not
bigger
gonna
man than
happen. There's
Dick,
more of
and
a
I'm
chance.
fine with you going and
There's
sleeping
more
with
of a
Dick.
chance
I'm
from
not
what
like
I've
Dick.
seen with
I
your.
have different
There's more of a
standards.
chance
I'm
with
fine
what
with
I've
you
seen
sleeping with
from the way
anybody.
you
No, you're
think
going to
and
say,
feel,
fuck you, you goofy brat.
and
I
your
hope he can
inability
pay
to
for you
communicate
because
effectively.
otherwise I don't
That
want nothing
she's
to do
more
with you.
likely going to go one way and not the other way. That's what I see. It might be my ego.
No,
Paulie,
Dick,
you understand
please,
women?
please,
You
please,
understand
Scott,
women,
wait.
Paulie?
The
You're the
same
one
thing goes
guy.
Scott,
for
wait a
Scott,
second.
by the
Hang
way.
on.
The same thing goes
Hang
for
on.
Scott, and we could bring
Well,
all the
hold
women
on.
up. and
You're
we
the
ask
one
them.
guy that
We give
understands
them the
all
choice,
women.
Like the other night, we did this the other night. We brought someone up who couldn't see anything I was saying, and I said, all four women here from different areas of society, different backgrounds, professions, some in relationships, some not. Would you all rather share with me, or be with this bozo 24/7, 365? And almost in unison, you could just tell by the energy, even before it happened, what was going to happen. I could tell, they could tell, seemed all the
You're
other
so full of
chimpanzees.
yourself. Where are all these
So there's
women right
another
Oh my
now?
trigger
God,
fact
here's
Where
play.
have
another
they
The
one.
same
showed
goes for
up?
Scott.
No,
Ask
tell
any
me the
woman
truth. I
if
want
they
to
would
know.
rather have
Paulie,
Scott
can you listen with
24/7,
those big ears on that
365,
noggin
or
of
share
yours?
me with another woman? Would you
Listen,
rather have Scott
nobody's sharing you.
24/7,
You're telling me you're
365,
not
Niggas
even
is
or
getting
triggered.
share
pussy.
me with
You're
another
just
woman?
looking
I
for a
think we all
blowjob
know
because
the
you're too
answer.
lazy to
That's
fuck.
why he's triggered. I think we
You're
all
too
know the
lazy to
answer.
fuck,
And
or
that's
you
why
want to lay
Scott
back and get a
sticks around,
blowjob and act like
living
you're the king.
Niggas is
Can you
living
triggered.
stop
barely
This is
all the
talking for
absurd.
a
songs he ever
minute?
wrote to try to come up on some pussy. And all the songs are about pussy he lost. Is it all a coincidence? Is it all a coincidence? I don't sit around pining for women I've lost or can't get. I don't write songs about all the women I've lost and can't get. You do that and then sing them to women you can't get who already have an understanding with me. You're a joke.
I have
She
artists that
fucking
sing them
laughed
for
at
me. I
you,
don't need to
looked
sing
down
them.
on you like you were a joke, and just ignored everything you said to her. And you couldn't
That's
figure
your
out
that's
what
your
was going on
poorly
because you're a foolish,
expressed
egoic
opinion.
chimpanzee.
No, you're a
You've never
gorilla
been
that
real
comes
with
from a
yourself and
fucking
others in your
hill
life.
that's never
Others
been
have never been real with
domesticated.
themselves and you around you. I get it all day, every day. Motherfuckers who tell me everything. And
You're
I
a
tell them
judgmental fool
everything.
that doesn't see anything beyond your own nose.
Yeah, but you came to this fool to try to get somewhere with this fool because you
No,
wanted to
no,
use
no,
this
no. I
fool
can get
for
anywhere
what
I
this
want
fool
to go
has
without
that
you.
you don't
You're
in
not.
many areas.
You're
Pussy is
not
just
a
one of them,
necessary
dummy.
vehicle for anything. Think about that. You're not
You're a
necessary for
loser and
anything.
you're a joke. joke, and I wouldn't get
Okay,
in
I
the room with
appreciate
you
your
around
opinion.
anyone and be
And you
seen
know
with
what?
you
Just as
for $1
much as
billion.
you are, I'm a loser.
You're a
Just as
fucking
much as
embarrassment.
of what? An embarrassment of what?
of humanity. You're an embarrassment
Exactly.
as a human presentment in all areas.
You should take a look in the mirror. You're a fucking.
Thank you for I'm rubber,
joke.
you're glue. I get that
You're
all day.
parody.
It doesn't
You're
wash
a parody.
because I have better results than you, fat
No,
fuck
no
nut.
results. You've had no results. You are assuming more than
I
Jack
have no
or
results.
something.
There you go.
You think
No
you're better
results.
than Jack, and you're no
Right.
different.
No
You're no
results.
different.
Yeah,
You're
you can
somebody that
identify with
toots your
Jack.
own home
One of
more
the
than
biggest
anybody
losers
else.
on this metaverse at this point.
You're
Who talks
a
love
big
all
mouth.
day
You're
and
a
can't
big
keep a
mouth that
monogamous
can't
relationship.
listen.
Because a
Rob, you
woman
can
and
suck
child
up,
wouldn't
put your
stay with
nose
him
all
for
the way
5
up his
seconds.
ass, and you can be just like
Thank
him.
you, sir. Would you like me to
No.
line
You
up
don't
the
need to
women
run
who
away.
would
You don't need to
infinitely
thank me.
rather deal with
You
me
should
all day,
slow
every day than
down.
even
You
look
should
at you?
listen.
Swine.
You should pay
Would you
attention.
line them
You
up?
should act like
Your
there's something
ego,
to
it's not
learn.
mine. I've
You
just
shut
come
the.
to understand myself and how this all works. It's
No, you
powerful and
don't. You
fascinating.
don't. You sit there and
It's
say you're going to
powerful and
fuck
fascinating.
Moose's wife,
You're
and
in
then
an
you can't
ego
even
twist
get it up. You
defending your
won't fuck anybody. You just
pathetic
want to get a
position.
blowjob. Lay
Living
down.
with your mama, can't get no pussy, gotta
Lived in
fucking
my
give
own house
songs
for
about
fucking
pussy you
30
lost
years.
for women
Bought
that
my own
are
2
clearly
houses.
attracted to me and
You
not
didn't
you.
buy
And you
anything.
can't
You
figure
were
out
given a
why.
trailer by
You're
your
a
dad that
fucking
you reject.
joke. It didn't matter. My daddy was just
Nothing
like
matters to you. Nothing matters to you but projecting your insolent behavior on
and a
others.
user. Because I said, Daddy, I'm doing great. And the 10 he said,
You're a
Paulie,
user. Is
after
that
a
what you're
year-
saying? You use
after a
people?
year, he said,
Are you a
Paulie,
user?
I
Is that
don't
what you? Is that what he
you in
just
the-
said?
in the-
You're a
in the
user.
10, when I was
You're a
already
user.
cracking
I get it.
online and he saw where it was going to go. He's
You
another
don't
one.
know.
So I'm going to help you.
No, I'm
And he
nothing
turned
like
around
you.
and used it against me, right? Like they always do.
Nothing like
Guess
you.
what? In the 3 months from when he got me this trailer, I made it all back and could have got it myself. And when
You should have paid him back then. Why didn't you give him the
fuck,
money?
you fat
No,
slave.
no,
Throw
give him the
this
money.
slave
Why
out
not
of
spend
here.
it?
I'm trying to
Spend
talk
it
to
on
the
the
people
hookers
now.
then.
Throw this fat
Yeah,
fucking
you
slave out
don't
or cut
own
his knife.
everything.
I'm
You
sick
own
of
the
these
world.
slaves.
You own the women. You have the right to tell us what
no
all
honor,
women
no
think.
Scott, you're a joke.
empowerment, no spirit,
Delusional.
no nothing. You're a
You're
fucking
delusional.
know nothing and do nothing and be nothing.
But you're
a never
delusional and
was,
think you're
never
Christ.
will be.
You're the
You're a
Christ-like
never
one.
was, never
You're
will
the
be.
second
And that's why you
coming.
suck my dick in
Ladies
public
and
and try
gentlemen,
to
the
use me.
second coming. Polly
You sound
Unslaved.
man.
Jesus.
Get
Scott,
out
quit
of
while you're
my
behind, man.
That pig. Now we got to see you all day, every day. A new face showed up. A new rotund face showed up. Every goddamn panel now we got to see him on and hear his defensive, egoic nonsense and then simping late night when the women come up here to share experience with me. You dumb simps don't get it. They don't even want you around and you sit up here taking up space for hours trying to get to them. And they just eye roll and go, could you leave? They laugh and giggle at everything I say. I say, could you leave?
You're
You don't
projecting
leave. You're so
fool.
fucking
All
desperate.
you're in it for
Come
is
up
to
on
see if you can
anything,
get a piece of
anywhere.
ass, and
You're
you
a
don't care if
fucking
it's somebody
joke.
else's wife. You sick fuck.
I respect you, Paul, and I like the conversation. I'd like to do it more at some point. I have to jump off here.
Thank you, Dick. I would enjoy that as well, sir. We have great conversations, and even if we get animated, we come back to center and we move forward. You keep resentments because you know that's what monogamy will do when you got the spirit of your mama. But I still love you, and I forgive you for that.
Touche. I won't jab back.
I love you, Dick. I'll always love Dick, and there's nothing that can change that.
All right. Thanks, Dick, for being here, man. Always a pleasure. You're always welcome. So, all right. You know, I guess it's time to take a breather, gentlemen. You know, oxygen, a little bit of air always helps with the, you know, to refocus, get back to the topic.
I can't lie though, I was a little triggered too at times, but.
Look, if any guy that hasn't had more than one woman at the same time and experienced that phenomenon, can't really speak on the topic.
Exactly.
So if you haven't had that, if you haven't experienced that, then you don't know what's going on.
Hey, Timmy, look what the fat pig is doing right out of his ego. He just put up 4 pudgy fingers because he thinks you meant fuck 4 women at a time, probably for a paycheck or because they were using the fat pig to get to all the fame he constantly name drops about. He didn't say fuck 4 women. He said get them, keep them, and have them. From your
live
ego.
With them.
You can't keep 4 women in your life. They won't stay. 1 won't stay. I guarantee it. So keep coming and revealing yourself from your ego about you getting 4 women in a bed one night. Great story for the locker room. But now let's get real with yourself. 4 women and 1 woman won't stay with you. I'm surprised
Hey,
they even fuck you, and I'd love to hear the bullshit rap you put on them to get that and how much you paid.
Let's see. Let's hear what he says.
Foolish.
It doesn't make sense if you've had 4 women, the same 4 women for an extended period of time.
Are they still in his life? Are they still in his life?
A, are they still there? B, why would you take the position that Paul's a douchebag for talking about this topic? Like, those two things can't. Why would you be against it then?
No, you're mistaking everything you're thinking here. Paulie's trying to fuck other people's girls. Paulie wants to go fuck somebody else's wife. Paulie's thinking there should
right.
You don't get Scott. You gotta be
Paulie
kidding
wants
me.
to dismantle normality.
Figured ego. He doesn't know what to do. Play ego about fucking bitches or go back to simping because he's a hoe. He doesn't know what to do.
So
He's
ridiculous.
such a masculine, feminine twist right now because he hasn't united the two. He's not a
You'll grow up.
holistic being.
You'll
He's
grow
a
up.
holistic being, very rounded individual. But he's not a whole being, right? He's
There
not
goes the
complete
ad
and
hominem
unified.
attacks. What does
He's
that
not
have to do with
balanced,
anything?
centered,
What does
and
that have to do
living
with anything? Bring us
understanding
back
and
to
truth.
circle. Come on.
Right, so keep going from a simping twist to an ego twist because you can't
No,
reconcile
I have
masculine
no
and
ego
feminine.
that I'm possessing
Keep
here. I
doing
don't
it,
care
sir.
about that.
You can't reconcile the two.
You're
and use them
all
both
ego.
together,
That's why
going in
you're a
the same
big mouth.
direction. Right.
Right. You know it too. That's why you
Right.
agree.
Good job,
You're
sir.
all ego. All
Good
ego
job, sir.
all the time.
Good job, sir. All ego 24/7, 365. 8 to 10,
Yeah,
12
but then you
hours a
call
day. Man,
everybody
it's tough
else for being
keeping this ego presentment
egotistical.
up.
So you're
Oh
just
boy,
a
it's
hypocrite.
so draining for me keeping this ego and this character up. Oh man, that's why I do so long every day, 7 days a week for 6 months. Man, this is difficult for
You're
me. It's
so
almost
proud
like
of yourself, and you have a handful of people
some
that are
folks
proud
say
of you.
it's effortless what Paulie's doing, even all the yelling he's doing. But no, I'm doing such a great character and ego and false presentment. Man, is it draining? You should see me off here. I don't say any of this stuff. You know, I'm not passionate about truth
this
at all.
is your life. You
Really
don't do
apply
anything
myself, and I
else.
get almost no results, sir. You're right again, Fat Scott, with the 4 women you held up fingers for that you fucked. Yeah, you fucked them right out of their dream. Because now they got to sit somewhere and think about the night they fucked a fat pig for a couple dollars.
And out of those, Timmy, those women have brought women to me. That has happened.
Great job, because you're a predatory, narcissistic piece of trash. I saw it on you the moment
it's because you don't know anything
You're
about real life. You assume
using
things you haven't lived.
Star fucking power hungry slave who looks like a pig. You're grotesque.
We see you, Scott.
Hey,
It's
listen,
out of my face.
It doesn't matter what you see.
What
You
are.
have,
I
you
see
have an option to look at the book by the cover. You have an option to open the book and read it. You guys are just totally fucking versed at stupidity.
Get the fuck out of my face and everyone else's, because you're so desperate and have no broadcasting future that you tried to use me from day one and I saw you and now you're resentful because I won't let you use me like everybody else. This is my song for you.
Jack Talcott. Is that what you're doing? Are you going to try and ruin
Talcott? Songs to all the women on my panel who ignore you and think you're a big fat joke. I'm singing songs to you now.
Sing. Go ahead. You have
a little ditty called "You're a Fat Pig Swine." Did you enjoy it?
Oh man, you're something else.
Scott, man, you're something else.
Something you'll never be, couldn't be, wouldn't be, because you're
I'm
a
not in a
coward,
competition with you. You're evidently competing
you're a punk ass coward, not only a fat pig. I felt that on you the moment I saw you.
I'm trying to figure out what you're doing. That's all. I thought
I'm not interested in you and your life, and no one else is.
You don't have to be. I'm not inviting you in. You were never invited
not all the
in.
women up there last night, not the viewers down there, not the people on panel. No one cares. Can we go around the panel? Does anyone care about what Scott has to say or his life?
No.
Anyone want to talk on that? Timmy says no.
I got nowhere else to go.
Right. That's Scott. He's got nowhere else to go. Living with his mama, nowhere else to go, no pussy, and no purpose, no future, no destiny, no success in his life. That's why he said, I'm just looking for the next thing where we can hit it big. You're a fat, power-hungry, lustful pig.
Yeah. I don't need you. You're not the next thing. That's obvious.
Gluttonous, lustful,
worthless,
power-hungry pig.
Worthless is the way you'll end up dying.
What sound does the pig make, children? Oink, oink. I'm doing that because there might be some younger viewers, so I want to entertain them.
The fuck up?
Right? I might be the next Pootie Pie.
Who was that?
All right,
That
so I was doing some
11?
subliminal messaging. You know, it's like
Is there a
put a
young
cheeseburger in your
slave there
face
that
and make
Oh.
you hungry.
Right, that's what I was thinking. I was like, who was that just piped up?
Hey, well, Paul, all in all, I wish you the best. You're setting
You're full of
yourself
shit,
up
Scott.
for
I'll
We're
a
at
see you
11,
later. You're
11.
full of shit,
See you
Scott. I'll
later.
see you later. You're full of
See
shit.
you in a
I'll see
You
couple
think
you
days,
later.
so?
Scott.
I've been
Full of
I've
shit. I'll
been
see you
there. I've
later.
done
You're
things.
full of shit. I'll see you
Deuces.
Talk
later. I'm
about
not
it. I
Deuces.
interested
hope
in what you
you
want or feel.
succeed
I'm
in
not interested
showing
in
up
what you
Deuces.
someday
want
to
to
do
feel.
something.
I'm not interested in
Deuces.
your appeal to the
I hope
audience
you
of you
show
being a
up and
humble
actually do
man.
something.
I'm not
You're all
interested in
Deuces.
your
talking
appeal
till
to the
then.
audience of you being a humble
Deuces.
Until
I
then,
thought you
you're
was
all
leaving.
talking. I
I'm
hope it
not
doesn't go
interested
in the
in your
wrong
appeal to
direction.
emotion in the audience of you
Listen,
being
you're
a
a
humble,
tough.
forgiving man. I'm not interested in your bullshit
Deuces.
political presentment and appearance of you being a humble, forgiving man. Just fucking leave.
You're a fat sperm burping geek. Come
That's
drunk
what you
cowboy.
really thought.
That's it.
Exactly. Got him again. Got him
See,
again like
you
that
don't
cover.
want women.
That's
You're
what
just
you
a
really thought.
fucking
You
cum
don't
drunk
wish me the
faggot.
best. You're an LA douche. Get the fuck out.
Colon
Bye.
pushing
Bye, fat
cowboy.
pig.
That's what
Bye,
you
fat
are,
pig. Bye,
polyamorous. You want to be
disingenuous
fucking.
fat pig.
You
See, I'm
want to be
real. I'm
fucking
real from like
both
morning
teams.
to night. Wake
You
up, do it
played for
again.
both
You're a
teams.
fat pig who pretends all of your life. That's why you don't know yourself and can't keep it real. Go eat something. Thank you.
Who's next?
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Could you imagine a woman wanting to even entertain that being, let alone 4 of them? You could imagine what that bill looked like, right? To service that fat pig when he was dealing with the LA folks. That's how he got it. It's always paying for pussy. It's always talking your way in. That's why he's such a quick talker everywhere else. And he thinks he's so slick because it usually works in his life. Not with me. I see right through it. And he couldn't figure out how I saw right through it.
He leads with I did this song, but
Dude, 20 years ago, busting up, Biggie Smalls. I wrote all of it. Hey, come on, ladies. I got a yacht out back. He'll take you to someone's yacht he doesn't own and sit on it. Right? He's a fucking punk, coward, fat, lustful, greedy, power-hungry pig. Right out of LA, like they all are, with the same voice and the same energy and all the rest of it. And the same dead, lost look in their eyes.
Yeah.
Like a broken child.
And again, why would he be against or like going, oh, that's bullshit? It's like, what? It makes those, you totally revealed yourself. Why would you be against that and say that, oh, he's just trying to fuck all these women and steal people's wives? Like, if he's a dude that has done that for his whole life, he says, like, that's laughable. It doesn't work like that. Like, why would you be hating on other dudes' situations?
They don't understand, Timmy. They think that because when I talk a lot of times, it could seem to the viewer that I'm like doing everything I'm saying. I don't do this away from me. This energy comes up because, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, she's next.
Energy comes up because I'm tired of watching women get tricked out of their pussy and position by men who have money and power and feign like they care. Because they don't wish women the best, like he said to me. They're fake. They will say anything to get to the pussy. They'll create an energy they can't keep. And then when you figure it out, they'll say it was your fault because they're narcissistic. When a woman wakes up one day and says, why am I next to this fat, disgusting pig who's going nowhere and been going nowhere and been bullshitting himself and me the whole time? And I accepted it because I saw what I wanted to see, because women are typically more loving, forgiving beings. So women are typically, that's why that woman there's with dogs, because she's probably a very loving and caring being, even though she puts up her middle finger, because she's probably been misled by a bunch of little boys in her life. It's not her fault. She's probably a very loving, caring, forgiving being who just genuinely wants to like help and care and nurture and be there for the weak beings. But they're misled by the fat pigs like Scott. So they come in like this with the tongue out because they think they're going to do what the little boys do that showed them on TV, and the little girls acting like the little boys, like Nicki Minaj and all the rest. So see, I'm a real one, like authentico, like old school, like down home, real Americana, red-blooded. And even though I love women and I'm attracted to a lot of them physically, I really love and care about them. And I want them to be the best version of themselves, even if that means I wind up alone if I have to be part of it, okay? I really fucking care. And he can ask Jennifer or any other woman I deal with. This is what I speak and, more importantly, live on. And that's why you can feel it and see it in my eyes and coming off me, right? Because I don't care when the women yell at me or get triggered by me. I know why that is. They've had no understanding, no true loving care, and no leadership. And when they go to these bozos for an answer, they ain't got it. And when they go to these bozos for anything other than a paycheck, they ain't got it. I've seen it 1,000 fucking times with my own father and every other piece of shit man in my life and the ones I deal with day to day. And you know what the kicker is? They're not only not connected to that true, loving, caring sense of self, they're lying, cheating, and abusing drugs and alcohol, either in front of the woman or behind her back. Okay. And then it leads to a bunch of women thinking they ain't pretty enough, they ain't good enough, they ain't worthy enough, and they ain't valuable enough. Because you can't make them understand what a man is because you don't even know what it is. So then they spend a whole period of their life alone because they think every man is like you, and subtly, intuitively, they know it on some level. They are. Exactly. All men want multiple women. So they get such a deep trust issue. They go to fucking a dildo for 5 years rather than be with a fat dildo like you and have their heart broken again. Okay? Then I have to step in and say, no, you don't understand, lady. I get what you see with my presentment. Let's get away from the fucking. Let's get to the issue of true self-worth and self-esteem for you and how you haven't been shown that by your daddy first, let alone the rest of these little boys. Let's start there, and then we'll go from there. The sexuality is like way down the line and only comes into play if there's a genuine, authentic experience, bond, connection, and understanding. And no, it's not limited to one because I am you. So why would I not be able to connect and bond and create an understanding in a community with other versions of self? That would be foolishness and division. And it would be lack of true love and care and understanding. Your thoughts, expert panel?
Yeah, it's just so sad to see what's going on in the chat, man. Because what you're talking about, I've had these direct experiences with different women that I've been involved with in my life, and I can just feel what you're saying, man, and it gets me emotional.
I almost started crying, right? Because they expected me to jump on that woman, and she didn't expect it either, and that's why she left, because she wanted to have a disagreement with me, because I triggered that fucking tortured, traumatized part of her, right? Because a lot of the guys who present like me, they are that narcissist piece of shit, and when they can't get their way, they roll up their sleeves. I don't do none of that. I'm passionate about this truth, and I bring it with this energy here because it flows naturally from me, and it's also the best presentment for the metaverse, I feel. And it's organic and natural and authentic. I don't have to even summon it. If I don't start off that way, I end that way. Okay? And it goes like that a lot of times, a lot of places, right? Usually like courts, stuff like that. Not when I'm dealing with women and children. Different thing, interpersonal. Somebody want to lie, cheat, steal, defraud us out of our future and our true connection and bond. Yeah, I get fucking uppity. I get righteous and indignant because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of what we've all accepted less for ourselves and each other. I'm tired of the ego twist games. I'm tired of the control, domination, and manipulation. All of it.
Cheers to that. 99% of men have really fucked themselves, and they've basically cucked to a life that makes them not a man, and they're cucking to the system and all these other things. And then what are the women supposed to do with that? The women see their fathers and they see all the men out there that are basically little boys, and like, what are they supposed to do with that? So most of them are just like picking one of the, white collar corporate ones because that's somewhat safe for them. That's what most of the women do, and then they're not happy, and then it's kind of why they're trying to lock him down, and then he's not happy. It's just...
Yeah, you have the same dynamic over and over again. They get traumatized by a lack of leader in their life. Then they wind up thinking that they get how it works. They go find the safe provider, right? The guy who makes them feel the safe, who makes the most money, but doesn't really fucking activate them and inspire them and turn them on. So then they go to like finding a connection, an emotional connection with someone else. Who do you think that someone else would be like? Somebody who has passion, inspiration, purpose, feels successful, can show a process, can communicate, can lead where we need to go rather than where we all may want to go. What type of person do you think that would look and feel like? Right, Scott. right. The safe provider. All you monogamy boys don't get it. These women are not in love with you after 5 to 10 years because you're not truly love able and respect able and honorable. You're not entertaining and spontaneous or any of that because you don't really work on yourself in any area. You don't take your own life seriously, and you really don't ever want to do and be anything worthy of any kind of true respect. You just want to fuck.
What you talking about, Willis?
Thank you, sir.
I just had to put that one in there.
Did you get triggered? Because I think you're a monogamy boy, aren't you?
No, I didn't get triggered. And no, dude, I know exactly the conversation that we're having. I've been through multiple situations where I had to deal with more than one woman. So, I guess, yeah, I have a experience in the matter, and so I'm letting the conversation go. I'm not triggered at all. I was just like, putting that up there as a comic relief, kind of. I see you smiling there.
I got too happy there.
Give me a chance here. I'm practicing with these little clips, man. Come on, I want to get more because these. I think they're really.
I hope you never know when it can happen. It can happen with anyone. But I said, OTW seems like pretty weathered, man. He seems like he can, bear all storms. So it's good. You're just kind of playing around, feeling it out. You don't sound or feel triggered. So, I'll accept that.
No, not at all. Absolutely not. I'm enjoying
OTW already had his meltdown, so OTW's past meltdown phase, and he's moved on now. He's building up now. Now it's the upward.
Yeah, but the thing about OTW is, even in the middle of the meltdown, I could feel that he knows that it's good content. He knows that it's interesting and it's like exhilarating and entertaining and inspiring. So, damn it, you know what? Why the fuck?
Man, I felt some things like bubbling up as that whole conversation was going on. But I'm working through it, and I'm thinking as it's going on, and I guess there's people too busy typing in the chat to kind of do that same process, just to kind of just work through the trigger and realize where it's coming from, and just.
Right, but those are the same people that have already they've already given in to mediocrity and miserableness, and they just accepted that 15, 20, 25, some of these motherfuckers 30, 50 years ago. Just like, I'm just going to be a mediocre, do nothing, be nothing, have nothing.
Corporate male.
Essentially. So these folks, no matter what you say.
You have to be mediocre to be a part of this system. You have to be an authentic corporate male. You can't say what you think and feel and do what you want to do almost ever. You want to keep that job of yours. So you got to be an inauthentic corporate male who lacks spontaneity. Right? That's not what you're there for. You're there to fill a position and play a role. You're expendable. So they don't want you to develop yourself and your personality and your character because it's a detriment to them. The more you stand out, the more you don't fit in. If you don't fit in, we can't use you in a corporate structure.
I just find it funny, like go ahead, Rob, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I guess these sort of things are easier for me to sort of do because, I don't really have too much attachment. I'm not, I don't have any children in my life, but I do have different women in my life that are just around that I mess with, but not even on a sexual level. So I guess these things are just easier for me.
Yeah, you should bring DD214 up because he's triggered again saying some boys can't provide commitment and neither can girls. Right. But I'm not a boy. I'm a man, and I've done what you can't do or won't do because you're a punk-ass coward. Little boys put on costumes and pretend to be men, go to the military. Men like me stand for what's true and what's right, uphold God's law and freedoms, and pay the sacrifices over and over again for it, maybe even have to die for it. How dare you indirectly try to say I'm a little boy when you're the archetypal quintessential example, and I am the archetypal quintessential example of a man Americana. Are you kidding? I do out of costume what you won't do in costume, pussy boy. I do alone constantly what you won't do with thousands behind you, punk pussy boy. Are you kidding? Every time I travel without license, registration, insurance, and plates, I have to be prepared to die like Chase Allen. I'm okay with that. The development in this realm for the women and children to go past our fear. I might have to take a bullet one day for these genociders who want to get into the women's womb and want to corrupt the DNA and the genetic through us directly or indirectly. I may have to take a bullet or a fucking noose around my neck. You motherfuckers aren't ready for that. I know you ain't. So cut it out with the little boys and man ego bullshit. Healthy competition is great. Results speak for themselves. I got it, you don't. Shut the fuck up. Simple. Your woman's going to know it. You're going to know it. I'm going to know it. Everyone here's going to know it. And certain people are just going to speak it and admit it, and other people aren't.
Yeah, I just find it funny. I was just gonna say, I find it funny. Like so many people in the chat are so triggered that a man is stating his beliefs and expressing what he thinks is true and right and what he lives on, and like half the folks in the chat are like, "Oh, this guy's being so egoic," and it's like, what you?
Yeah, I'm so
it's just
egoic.
laughable.
I guarantee if I walked up on that woman down there, the way I'm feeling nowadays, so in touch with this creation, we would pet the dog, we would talk, and within hours, we would be embracing each other and feeling a love and a connection because I understand her, even if she didn't understand me when she first came in. I believe that. I might be wrong. She would prove me wrong if I was. Right? But it would be a real, honest, open, authentic exchange that might lead to deeper love and care than she might have ever felt from a man in her life. So much so she may have to go to the animals to get it.
Yeah, it's like, and if you're not saying, Goatfoot says, "I'm so awesome." Yeah, I mean, bro, if you're not telling people that you're awesome, showing people and living your life and believing that, like, you've got a problem.
That was meant for me to try to hear from her. She did come up and give middle finger. I didn't get into that. I'm curious what
I've entered the group. I feel like a big word that we all have to like kind of think about is integrity. Like who you are, whether it's live, whether at work, whether behind closed doors with like family, friends, like who you are. The word integrity, whatever. I'm too kind of like scatterbrained right now to like fucking think of the real definition.
Who you are when nobody's looking.
Exactly. So, like, you can talk a big fucking game. You can say whatever you want to say, but it matters who you are when no one's looking. And you know what I mean? And like how you are as a person, because you can say that you're this, you're that, but it's the way you treat people. It's the way you treat like the ones that you love most. And some people are like very socio like or narcissistic and shit that they say they love people, but in all reality they actually don't because they don't know what love is.
Well, they've
never actually had it. Spotter.
Do you feel love from me?
I don't know you, but I mean, I feel like you have love for this live and your true feelings when you speak on the live, like, you know what I'm saying? You're speaking true emotion. But I mean, like general love, yeah, sure, but when it comes to like, you know what I mean?
I'm not saying are you in love with me? I'm
no.
saying from the little you can deduce about me from this presentment and the energy behind it, because women are pretty intuitive.
I feel like if anyone was triggered during this entire live, it was most likely you, because you spoke so much about it.
Right. And so I understand why it could be perceived that way. What I perceive as triggering is me having experiences in my life, like literally up to yesterday, that are reaffirming certain things, especially from a woman's perspective. And the more that I see this truth coming into focus for all of us, the more I get passionate about it and energized and inspired. And the more I see the chimpanzees cycling in confusion, knowing they're going to go out into the world and deal with these women and children, the more concerned I get. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but at the same time, you also have to kind of cut yourself off to that shit. You can't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Fuck everybody else. It's about you. It's not about the other 5 people that are in this chat. You know what I'm saying? In this live, it's about you. You can speak your truth. and you can give awesome advice, but at the end of the day, you can't like get so emotionally entangled in it that your fucking veins are popping out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's the thing though, right? I mean, there's an there's an energy in motion, right? So you could call it an emotion. But when I think of emotion, I think of like cycling, spiraling, anxious, depressed, or the toxic feeling space. I'm not having any of that. I'm just animated, right? So
yeah,
like
yeah.
it
You're
can
passionate.
seem
You speak very passionately. I guess
right.
that's how I put it.
Because see how you know that is because I could say anything. How you know that is how I go from yelling and screaming for 10 minutes straight right back into this. Because inside I'm like this, right? I'm in control of myself. My body just might be vibrating, right? I'm energized, I'm inspired, but my emotional state is clear and present and aware, right? Serene almost. It's a bizarre paradox. So I'm animated, I'm on fire, I'm buzzing, I'm vibrating, but in here, I'm like this. I'm both polarities, right? Positive, negative, or neutral, you could say, grounding, right? So you can even see it as three sort of states of beingness.
Look what can happen in 5 seconds of not paying attention, bro. My walkie-talkie just got chewed up.
What did one of these chimpanzees? Did you let Scott around that walkie-talkie and he tried to eat it?
No, man. The fucking dog was just chewing on it. Holy shit. No, man.
See how cute she is? I guarantee. I looked at that woman. Ma'am, please verify for me. Ma'am, please. You're very cute and all, and I love the dog thing, and I think I know. And I want you to verify for me, please. You've not had a lot of trust in males in this life. A lot of them have kind of disappointed you and let you down.
No, you know what? It's fucked up. Because I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to hit home for a lot of y'all. Because you actually pointed it out or something like that. But it all stems, like you have to look at the root of it all, you know? Like where did it stem from with you personally, with your own issues? And for me, it started with my dad. You know what I mean? And it's like right up until the very present, it's like my dad, you know, like the trust, the, you know, conforming to depression, conforming to, you know, just, I mean, I hate to call my dad a fucking loser, but you know what I mean? Just
right.
Conforming to that loser-esque lifestyle and mentality, like they don't want better for themselves. Right. So it's very hard to strum up all that shit within myself to be like, all right, you know what I mean? Because I didn't have a fucking great example from the get-go, like, you know? I mean, I did.
All right, man. Say no more. It's been verified again for all the triggered egoic chimpanzees who don't get it. She wanted to hate me. She gave me a middle finger, and now we're in love. Like
I didn't
always.
give you a middle. No, we're not in love. Calm yourself. We're not in love.
Okay.
But I gave the entire chat a finger because I don't give a fuck.
Ma'am, I'm immediately coming to where you are because you need some relaxation and release. No, I'm not going to be sexual with you. It's not appropriate.
No,
but I will, please, just listen to what I'm saying. I will hold you and embrace you and share love with you and life with you. And I might even like give you a massage to relax you. And then I'm leaving. If you're okay with that, that's the most loving thing.
No.
Okay, she's not okay with that. All right, we'll you know, it's publicly. She took her camera off because she's gonna message me privately. She's not okay saying it publicly. I don't blame her.
Not.
I am.
No, I'm not. No.
I am, of course, a disgusting white gorilla in a trailer, and she's not going to admit to that publicly. She's very attractive, and she doesn't want to be seen with the likes of me. But nobody has to know, ma'am. Nobody has to know.
What do you think Noah would do if he tapped into this live stream right now?
Honestly, you know what? I would repeat back everything that he said to me today.
You would what? Say that again?
I would repeat back to him. If you're listening, I'm going to repeat back to you what he said to me today. I said, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to be messed around with, you know, after being in such a like toxic back and forth relationship for 3 years. I feel like, you know, I don't have the time to keep playing games, you know. If you still care about me and can possibly see a future with me, it takes some work, then let's do that. But I'm not this like serial dater fucking, you know, I need all the love I can get. No, don't stop talking. I'm talking. So you know what I
No,
mean? And
no,
honestly,
you know I interrupt
let me
everyone
finish. You just
equally.
cut me the fuck off, bro. You're not gonna cut me the fuck off.
I just want to know. No, I interrupt. It's
All right,
equal.
listen, no, let me finish. No, because I'm gonna lose my train of thought and I have something to say.
No,
So
just
what I
tell
want
me
to
who
say
this
Don't let her
Noah
ADD
person is.
I just
do it.
Who is the
I
Noah
just want-
person?
It's my ex.
Good friend, a good friend.
So regardless, what I have to say is this. Everybody deserves like true, authentic, genuine love. If you can't provide that, then say that. Because if you
Right.
would, if you wanted to, I'm sorry, you would. And at
Right.
the end of the day, nobody has time for, oh, I have feelings for you, but I'm going to set them right over here on the side. And when I'm ready to address those feelings or want a little bit of part of that, then I'm going to go to you. But for the meantime, I need all the love I can get. So I'm going to go to Joe Schmo, Dick and Harry and get all the love I can fucking get. And with me, that shit don't fly. So, you know, it is what it is. Like if you're not going to be the one to provide that for me, you don't see a future with me, you don't want a family, you don't want love and support and all that you get from like that, then by all means find it in someone else. Find someone less, find someone who can, you know, put up with your bullshit, because at the end of the day, that's what you gave for 3 years. Now that you're getting on top of your shit, now that you're getting sober, now that you're on the road to recovery, you know, oh, now is when you get to just treat me
Say
like
this
shit.
woman's
Like, I would never,
traumatized.
like, okay, thanks, Paul. Thanks.
She's been traumatized by another male chimpanzee who can't get out of its own way. And I'm sick and tired of it. And you
Is
can
that
tell
like an
she
ego
loves
thing?
me.
They're
You can
chimpanzees
tell
and you're
she's
the
lighting
gorilla?
up, speaking to me. But she can't even entertain the white gorilla right now because she's so hurt by this fucking bozo loser. And
But here's
she's
the
even
thing, I'm
admitted
not
it.
here for anyone's entertainment. That's the thing. Like, I'm not here for anybody else's entertainment. This is a truth speaking podcast. Fucking
Yeah, we can
live.
have both.
We're
We
gonna
can have
speak the
both.
truth.
We can
You know
have
what I'm saying?
both. The
You know
truth
what I
is
mean?
very entertaining when presented in inspired fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, entertainment doesn't have to
You're
have an
inspired and
automatic
inspiring.
I just
doesn't have to have an
honestly,
automatically negative connotation at all. So go ahead, my bad.
I am no, I'm sorry to cut anybody off. I didn't realize my mic is still like openly on, but I just want to say, like, with that, yeah, I am hurt, and I guess I still have some resentments. I'm not like fully healed or whatever.
I love you, misunderstood 1111. I know that you may not believe that because you've heard a lot of chimpanzees say that and not show that, but I show it even when I'm not around anybody, and it's all on record what I will do for my love for women and children and the creation and life. So whether you believe me or not, I love you and I would care for you, even separate from any sexuality, male chimpanzee slaves. I'd want her to feel good and be good and do good and live good because it's better than not. If you feel like a daddy and you want to
but
see.
listen, you can love people without ever having to physically see them, and I feel like maybe that's what you're trying to get across this live.
Yeah, no, I'm never going to come see you, ma'am. If we're going to see each other, you're coming to me. That's how this goes. So we're probably never going to meet each other or see each other, but the metaverse works for now.
Yeah. So with that being said, when it comes to this whole conversation that started at one point and now we're at another, some good stuff being spoken, you know. I just feel like, as I think I'm the only woman in this live right now. In fact,
High Neil Power is in transition.
There's Sean there.
No, he's not. Shut the fuck up. Listen, anybody keeps dragging on my
Timmy
dog,
has
Sean,
long hair.
let's throw hands. Okay,
He
Sean,
knows I'm
he's
just
in
playing with
his
him
own
and
fucking
teasing him.
metaverse. Leave him the fuck alone. Why doesn't
I
everybody
love
just leave
him.
alone?
He knows I'm teasing him.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so
Anyways, I don't know if anyone's told you, Paul, but you can be a lot.
I can be a lot. Yeah, you should see me naked. It's a lot of extra flesh.
Did you
That's
just say
why
Saul?
you never want to meet me physically. It's a lot, right? All the way around.
No.
In all the wrong places. In all the wrong places, it's a lot. You get what I'm saying?
Oh God. Okay. Well, if you want to talk shit about yourself, that's you.
I'm just keeping it all the way real. I want to know what you're going to get into when you finally come to me and we meet physically.
That's never gonna happen.
All right. I like a challenge.
Never say never.
Okay.
All right, Brian O'Shea.
No, but seriously, on a real note, like, I mean, it's funny that people find like me attractive, because honestly, everybody can be their own worst critic. So if like I hate that being the first thing, like, oh, you know, yeah, she's cute, like when, or in general, like when men think like, oh yeah, she's cute, but like, does she have a brain? You know what I mean? And I'm kind of want that to start switching over, where people will notice me more for like my like charisma,
Right. So
or
you
like,
presume.
you know what I mean?
So
I don't
you
want y'all to
presume.
think of me naked and be like, damn.
No,
you
no,
know,
no, no,
I
no,
don't know.
lady, you're doing it again. I'm not them, and what I see
No,
is your heart.
but I'm not talking about you in specific. See, that's where you think
Right.
I'm talking about you specifically. I'm not. I'm talking about in general, like any group of people, any person, any, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to like men and they're letting a woman know that they're like attractive and shit like that, it's just like, I don't know, maybe I'm not good at compliments. But I don't want that to be the first thing. Like I don't know.
Right,
You
but
know,
that's the
in
thing,
general.
is that when a man doesn't have a vision, he can't see your heart and your potential and who and what you are beyond the form. So I can see the form, right? I'm not
I
really
just don't
focused.
want men to see a vision in this right now, period. Does that make sense? I don't want anybody to see a vision with Savannah right now.
Yeah,
I
I
want
get
Savannah to
that.
see
I
her
get
own
that. I
vision.
already
You know what I
said
mean?
that. I already
So
said
however
that.
off-putting I need to be, I need to just be off-putting, because I
I
don't want people
already
to be
said
attracted
that.
to
You
me.
don't need to be off-putting, and you don't need to be afraid of true love that isn't going to go anywhere physically. So again,
Okay.
I
I
already
don't know where
said
the
that
fuck true love
earlier.
came into this.
Because I'm a true loving being. It's got nothing to do with you. Don't think you're
So do you
special.
fall in love with every attractive person you
No,
meet,
no,
though?
no. You're doing it again. That's what they do. I just said I love Sean. Do I want to fuck Sean? Let's not get into it. He looks just like his sister, and once I imagined his sister, it just happened. Seriously.
Damn,
Okay.
Sean, you don't let him talk to you like that.
No, seriously. I love OTW. He looks like one of those tree elves. Okay. Do I want to fuck him?
All right, let's switch up the
So I'm a
conversation.
true loving and caring
But
being.
don't get it twisted. He does want to fuck me
I
though.
see people's heart first and foremost, and then I see the form, or not necessarily in that order. I see the form because that's the first thing apparent to my eyes, and then I read the energy and the eye and what they're doing, like the dogs, and I see the person's heart, right?
Yeah. My phone might fucking die. Shut up. My phone might die, man. So you know what?
Because you care. Isn't
If I
that the
leave this
sacred?
live with anything, if I
Isn't
leave
that
this live, what?
Isn't that the sacred feminine principle, is care? So the same way that I care, I look into myself, I see the light in you because I can tell almost immediately you fucking care. And that's why it didn't work with
Yeah,
this
but you know what?
bozo.
I don't want to care. I don't want to care.
And that's what I'm saying to you. You don't have to be afraid of care. Stop caring with the wrong people, like the bozo in your life for 3 years who clearly doesn't care about many things, if I had to guess. Including you. You're just another thing on the list he doesn't care about truly, right? It starts with himself.
Yeah.
Starts with his own life. So he did what he knew, the same thing we all did. It's equally your fault because you went and chose again another man who you couldn't see his heart truly. You saw what you wanted to see. He didn't really fucking give a fuck about himself and his life and you. So the question is, going forward, are you going to truly care with your heart completely open, or are you going to let this bozo shut you down again like they probably have in the past?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna let. I'm not gonna be bitter about it. I'm gonna keep my heart open. Obviously, I'm not that type of person to close off my heart just because I've been emotionally hurt. You know, that's where I go wrong all the time, is that I'm so emotionally open. I'm like, it's like I'm like this like revolving doorway for like energy and like emotion to pass through, you know, like here, just like like this emotional fucking pincushion. And I don't know, I don't know. I kind of pride myself in that because I feel like I can handle a lot and I can take a lot, and not a lot is going to stop me from continuing to love people and things.
Right, but you have to have the discernment to know who to, again, love can be
Oh
unconditional.
yeah.
Love probably should be unconditional. Respect and trust probably should be conditional. Not everyone's respect-able, not everyone's trustworthy.
True.
Can I ask your name?
Oh.
A nickname
my
will
name's
do.
Savannah. No,
Savannah.
What is it now?
Savannah.
Okay. So the slave down there in chat is now uppity because he can't figure out how I've established once again rather quickly what's going on here, because it's not like it's the same fucking pattern over and over again. Not only that, here's the kicker. You are the men I'm talking about. The guy who has the men going their own way in his title. Snafu. Men have been going their own way for a very long time. That's why the women, after 5 and 10 years, go their own way, because you have no true connection to them. So keep telling me now, all you bitter, disenchanted, resentful, angry men who are involuntary celibate or maybe can fuck but can't keep a woman. Tell me all about the new going your own way movement. You've been doing that. Now you're just being honest. All the women have known it for a long time. You've been doing it your own way. There's the way and your way. You haven't been living by the way. You've been living by your ego, your way. You've been going your own way all life. That's why they at some point figure it out and go their own way. And they come right to me to have a real conversation about who and what we all fucking are. Not to fuck. Not to fuck. To have a real connection and conversation about who and what we all are, what role we play, and what does true love look and feel like. Right? Because you can't do that. So you keep going your own way, keep coming on here angry, spinning and cycling.
I feel like when a man can truly say that he loves himself and he can show that he actually loves himself, that's when he's capable of loving other people truly and genuinely, not just saying or acting. You know, I don't know. It's fucking weird, man. You know when you're like, you don't even have to say it, because like what's understood doesn't have to be explained. So when you know that you truly love yourself and you show that on a daily fucking basis, and every day you're trying to improve, you know, the love that you have for not only yourself but for other people that are in your life, like it's like a testament to it all. You don't have to sit here and explain shit to anybody, because you're living that, you're walking the walk and talking the talk. You know,
right? But then that would defeat the purpose of us coming on here, because the whole point of being on here.
Okay, that part.
Right. So like if we were to meet, we would have a conversation very briefly. There'd be almost an immediate understanding, a trust and a respect, like you're seeing and feeling up here already. And then there's really not much to talk about. Okay. It's just sharing and understanding, sharing and inspiration, sharing love and care, sharing the spontaneity and entertainment, which is life and its various events. So, you know, and now Snafu is going to continue with his ego bullshit. I would never take life advice from you 100. Yeah, and that's why you're a fool. I would never want to live like you, look like you, be like you, speak like you.
Are you reading from the comments?
Absolutely, ma'am. Don't you want me to get
disable the comments?
Ma'am, this is a service you and I are now providing. You're the perfect piece that the spirit brought here. We needed a woman up here to get these chimpanzees right so they could stop destroying the women and children. So this is great content you're helping to create. You're saving lives, other lives like yours who've obviously been affected by these folks' ineptness, inability to manage their own affairs and be skillful at anything, including life. Right.
So technically this is a free therapy session.
Right. They're getting so much and don't know it, and they rebuke it out hand because they're so fucking egoic, verifying exactly what I've been saying this whole time. They'll go to therapy with a woman. She'll go in, tell the whole story. He'll say, I'm not even going in. If he goes in, he'll take a defensive position and never learn anything. You're a fucking chimpanzee bozo.
This is all therapy for me, Savannah. Just watching this interaction.
I want to see your hands at all times, because I'm starting to think it's like waist down. I can't see anything, and the way you said that, it's a different kind of therapy.
Everybody, welcome to the Grand Rising Show number 16, the therapy segment of the show, where you can come here and talk about your personal issues, and we'll help you work through them. So please welcome to the
Or scream at you
open
about them.
therapy session where we don't give any legal or medical advice, but try to help you move on with your day with positive and affirmations, and have a great day and live it with purpose. So welcome to the show, everybody. Have fun.
What a really nice introduction. That was really nice.
Oh, here goes Cuck in Tennessee, because this is what I always see. All the monogamy boys who are real spiritual and real loving.
I can't even see what
See, this is why she need, after a while getting around me, if she can't hear this, she's going to learn when to talk on her own. I'm not going to have to force it, and then we won't have too much of that. But she's used to taking the lead. You can tell she's got that masculine kind of swing. She's used to being around a bunch of bitch-ass motherfuckers who can't manage themselves in their own affairs. So she thinks she has to pipe up all the time and take charge. But once we find that rhythm and that balance between us, you just watch it. Like, it's like magic, right? It's like some of the other women who came up every time. What's the one, the redheaded one that Pineal Power knows all these broads, because Pineal Power is like the young and cute, friendly guy. So they all take to him.
Quantum Epic?
All these damaged women.
I'm getting likes. I'm getting comments written about me. That's lit. Okay. So
lit, right? See what I mean?
So all these fucking shrimp dick fucking
Gen Z,
micro penis fucking Gen Z motherfucking losers.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. You guys haven't even fucked enough.
Guys
aren't broken enough to even feel the sense of damage that we have. All right.
Right.
No, I fucked one woman for 40 years.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Cock in Tennessee, right? He like the monogamy boys are always so loving and spiritual till they see a woman who's got like a little edge to her, and naturally they know this woman.
Get triggered. Then they get
triggered. Because they know, they don't see the heart like I do. They see the form, and then they see some of the energy coming off her, and she's got a bit of a sexual energy, like a lioness, right? And that really triggers these beta monogamy boys. Because they're not used to the energy between an alpha lion being like myself and then a female lioness. And they just get real awkward and uncomfortable because you go to their house and it's like a little boy and a little girl, right? It's like two mice.
They also see. They also see.
You look at Cuck in Tennessee, he looks like a physical rat, like Splinter from Ninja Turtles. So you go to his wife, she looks the same. Put two mice, two rats at home, which is very low energy, little passion, inspiration. Then someone like this, I'm not being offensive, ma'am, but someone like this woman, we're either so peaceful and energized and powerful, or we're bouncing off the walls with this passion and
Paul,
love making.
Real
right?
quick, what's your sign?
So see, what's my sign? Don't I always say that's when I got him? Don't I always say that's when I got him, and I didn't even do anything other than be me? Don't get it? No, I know. See, she thinks that's ego. I'm just teasing a little bit. All I'm pointing out is now you're officially interested in me. We've gotten past that point. No, you're interested in who I am and what my sign is. You want to know more about me. That's all I'm saying. I've officially piqued your interest. It happens every time that way. We've done this enough to see how this works.
Timmy, what's your sign? Fuck this shit. Timmy, what's your sign? Black, what's your sign? And on the way news, what's your sign?
It don't work that way, lady.
Number 6.
It don't work that way, lady. You know it and I know it. That's why you're giggling.
No.
You started with me, it ends with me. You know that.
All right, cool, man. I can, man. All right, listen here. You don't know who I am.
Okay.
I'm
you
very
sure of that?
flirtatious.
Are you sure of that? Yeah. I've been pretty dead on this whole time, and I've never
literally being so honest. I'm telling you about my red flags. I'm very flirtatious. I'm extremely friendly,
right?
And I just put my charisma out there all the time, or whatever you call it. What's it called? Spunk, if you will. So yeah.
Yeah, this is that ego right now.
It's not just for you.
No, that's that feminine ego. It's not as authentic as that open-hearted, true connection that we were developing for the last 10, 20 minutes. So I see
Okay, so a couple of years after you guys copulate and have children,
clout chaser,
misunderstood takes a liking to my carpentry work.
What makes you think that I have to have children when I copulate? I have a weak pull-out game like the rest of you chimpanzees?
So she comes to you and says, Paul, I would like to spend time working with Dick on his carpentry because his woodwork is fantastic.
Go ahead.
So we're going to have regular sessions.
Go ahead. What didn't you hear?
And then in that process,
I don't control a woman. This is pimping 101.
She becomes
you need to get around.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on right now?
And has my
He's triggered again. He can't figure out his life and lifestyle. Let's go down to the street level, which is like the
I just want to
level.
know how this works.
Let's go down to the street
and now
level.
She has my child.
I just want to know how I'm going to live my life by your appropriations, right?
Because see, we found the weakness. We found the weakness in your methodology. It doesn't actually work out in a practical sense.
I asked the question already, and you don't want the real answer because you're scared of it.
You're a polygamist, textbook definition. Just acknowledge the truth. It's not good for the goose.
Right. I don't need to acknowledge your labels and condemnations. That's for you, chimpanzees, not for I am that am.
Okay, well, I'm just glad we clarified where we're actually coming from with these things.
No, sir. Let's go to Pimpin' 101. The pimp only job is to show up and be him and provide understanding of whatever he sees and protection. Okay? The woman chooses to stay or go. So I don't even need to be involved in the process of just being anything other than the best version of me and provide an experience and protection. She's going to decide to stay or go. They always do, whether you know it or not. The women have the power, dummy.
Yeah, you could only hope that they would be honest. They'd say, I'm going to leave.
But what difference does it make? Even if they are or aren't, they're going to do what they're going to do.
I've done this before. It's in the book already.
Well, because if
none
they're
of
honest,
you
they're honorable.
Ever leave a woman. They're always the ones who eventually
decision making. So if you saw them walking down the street, at least you could have still respect for them as a human.
This is such bullshit. Right? I'm so tired
Isn't that what it comes down to? Is making an honorable decision.
You can't figure out yourself in
about
life.
Honesty and communication.
That they're still going to do what they want.
Is your insecure ego? You need to know what a woman's going to do to validate or invalidate you and your lifestyle. I don't need that. I don't know what other women that I deal with do when I'm not around, and I don't care.
That, don't actually work in a practical sense.
Me overbearing, overly involved.
Hey, how does that actually work if we really try to, put that into function?
Dick. It actually works.
These things have been going
on
for eons, right? That's why people
argue with you over nothing, never really make any points of understanding, and have a grin on my face because I know I'm wrong and I feel like a fool, but I'm going to continue.
What am I wrong about?
Let's get ready to rumble!
I have cleared the confusion about where you stand with this stuff. It's not polyamorous. It's not one.
So why, if you've cleared the confusion, why do you keep repeating it and cycling it and defending your position? You've clarified it. You've said it. You've left. Come back to do it again, and you're not going to let it go because you're not triggered.
I thought it was a good opportunity to illustrate
the position of a label you're going to put on me. Great job, Dick.
Having the female in the room was a good opportunity to illustrate.
We talked, honey.
Exactly
you told me who you were, and now I've clarified you're a whore.
It wouldn't.
Right. Great job.
Point is made.
Great job. You're a great communicator. Clearly, you have a lot of understanding and are able to articulate that in a way where it all feels understood and included rather than divided and misunderstood and egoic. So great job, Dick.
The point of communication.
You obviously understand how men and women work and who they are, clearly. Like when you said to me, what happens when a woman wants to go around town fucking everybody? As if you don't project that as a man, that's what you would do. Women don't do that typically, because they're not the same creature as us, but you still can't figure that out. That we don't behave.
Dick, you won't accept that. Women are not the same as us. They're don't do that.
They're complementary.
He doesn't get that.
Women don't cheat.
He doesn't get that. Women do not cheat when they are with a man that they love, respect, would die for, because that man would die for them. Like, they don't do that. They don't want to. It's biological, emotional, mental.
Goggles. Timmy, these are the spiritual vision goggles. Let's put them on the chimpanzee so we can see beyond the forms and the labels. Let's tune in. Can we see in there?
Anything, though. I mean,
what?
That doesn't clarify anything. I get what you're saying, but what is that?
He's not clarified enough. He can't feel it. He can see it.
They don't.
He can
They don't do.
intellectualize it, but he can't feel it because he has no heart-based care and spiritual vision goggles.
Where, you know,
Dick, forget the label for a second. Dick, forget the label. You are presuming.
I don't have anything.
Dick, you're presuming a situation that doesn't come up.
I understand. I don't understand, but I understand.
Sure it does. Of course
Here's
it does.
why I'm
If
going to
the woman
defend my
was
position and everything I live and do that I don't understand.
And she found you to be dishonorable and that you didn't
Just like he did with eating meat. He did the same thing with meat eating. He does the same thing with everything. This is why the women can't talk to him.
Whatever it is that would drive her to even want to.
You refuse to achieve an adequate understanding in the middle of how life works.
Dude, you don't have control.
I'm gonna go because you're a loser, dude, and I don't want anything to do with you.
We've already clarified, but we're clarifying again.
She didn't go out and, you know.
But dude, you don't have control, Dick. You don't have control over her like inner space. You only have control of how you show up with her, like during the time that you're with her. So what difference does it make if she's gonna tell you about it or not? If you're doing what you're supposed to do, she's gonna wanna be around with you. So that's all you can control anyway. So like, what don't you understand about this concept?
You can't clarify.
I do understand that. There's no.
So what's the issue then?
You can't make it part of his heart-based
polyamory.
That's the thing.
Who cares about the fucking label, dude? Why do you care about this label?
There's a heart clock, Timmy.
But it's good for the goose and good for the gander.
He can intellectualize it, but he can't make it part of his beingness.
It doesn't go both ways,
just
though.
Earlier,
just like he can't with meat eating. He does the same thing. He says, I'm overly righteous, while he's being self-righteous about something that's wrong behavior. So he can't make it part of his heart-based care, core understanding and value system because he's got a heart block. He can intellectualize like a chimpanzee.
And he said it was just for, illustrating in those particular circumstances.
But he can't make it part of his spiritual heart-based Christ being. His center. He's not self-centered. He's not centered in truest self. He's all in his own head.
He wouldn't want anything to do with her. So do you see?
He's all in his own head, Timmy. He can't get into the heart base there, flowing, fluid, dynamic, understanding,
the way that he's trying to promote it.
Perceptive. He can't get there. So he'll just keep babbling and yammering and defending his position like a chimpanzee, and thinking that because he does it calm, that we don't know he wants to get triggered and yell and go to war to defend his bullshit position. And we know that that's in him because he's used to killing to survive. So he has a pattern of survival behavior, survival consciousness. He lives from a fear space of survival. That's why he can't thrive, because you have to be in a heart-based care center of true values to thrive. So he will survive. He'll achieve mediocre successes in some places, but never really thrive because he can't internalize it. He can intellectualize it, but can't internalize
looks like in a practical sense, and I don't sit there and just live in illusion and falsehoods, but I can.
That's exactly what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. You're living in illusion and falsehood.
Learn and see.
You're living in illusion and falsehood, but because you feel something about it or don't feel at all,
I wanted to live
you can't conceptualize it and make it real and actualize.
Genuine,
exactly what
authenticity behind how I could make my decision.
Just let him babble and cycle and spin and defend.
I would have to at least try to break that down and say, how would that look?
Yeah, you wouldn't even listen for 5 seconds.
Well,
you know what I love about chimpanzees? You know what I love about egoic chimpanzees? Is a woman just came up here and had a whole back and forth energetic exchange and you didn't feel any of it. You probably got triggered and insecure. You didn't feel the true love and care. You didn't see the leadership leading her where she needed to go, not where she was going and where I maybe wanted to go, which is the bedroom for everybody, according to them. Right? So nobody sees that over and over, happen over and over the same way. And he'll sit in therapy just like this. I'll talk to his wife. I'll have the same interaction. She'll want to fuck me after she loves me almost instantly. And he'll be cycling, looking up, asking questions, defending his position, ignoring the obvious because he can't
if
feel
she did find a
properly.
different man
They
and he
can't
was afraid of
perceive
stature,
properly.
then of
They're
course
not reading the
she
room
has
and other
no
people's energy
obligation to
properly.
you
They
to
have no
maintain the commitments
self-awareness.
she's
And
made.
this is
You
great
just go off and
entertainment,
explore whatever the
great
fuck she
content.
wants
There's a
and
lot
go,
of value for a lot of
have, you know, her
women
sexual
out there.
fantasies fulfilled, because
Because
that's just honest.
Snafu and Dick
And
and
that's
all
how
the
shit
rest
works in
won't
real life. We'll
listen
just
to
fucking
women.
blow
Jesus
They
smoke
Christ,
won't
up
guys.
feel
everybody's ass
into a
and
woman.
act like
They
this
won't
shit
connect
works.
with the woman.
In
They won't
reality, when we're
understand
not
the
a living
woman.
example
And they
of
can
that,
only
we're
provide
not doing that. We're
things
telling
for a
everybody
woman.
else
They can't
how
provide
families
a
and
true
relationships work
experience
and
for a
communities work,
woman and with
but
a
we don't
woman.
have a working example of that. So we're just going to blow
So you
smoke
were
up
just talking to
people's
talk
ass
over
and
me
act like
because you're
we're
a triggered little bitch
authorized
who can't figure yourself out in life,
authority in
don't
everybody's
understand
relationships and
women,
how a
and want to
healthy
take power over the
set of
situation.
dynamics
And
would
that's
work
what you'll
out
do with your women and
socially
children.
within
And
the
that's why
family
they don't
network.
respect you, because you can't achieve an understanding with adequate words and articulation. So you want to play games because you're an egoic chimpanzee. And you laugh and giggle because you know it's true, whooping delight. But you're not fooling anyone, Dick. And that's why can you shut him up, OTW, so I can
You
finish my thought? Because he's
obfuscated
just going to try to
and
talk
you
over me
avoided
to stop
answering my
him from
question
being seen for who he
multiple
is
times.
completely.
So I
Right?
cornered
'Cause
you
I
on
love
it. I
Dick,
got
but I
the
see him
answer.
for who he is completely like
Thank you
everyone. And he
for
doesn't
clarifying
think
where you
that I
stand on
see it
these
and know it,
things.
even though he shows it over and
Paul is
over.
a polygamist.
So it's the same way he won't come on panel lately, but goes everywhere else because he's a triggered little bitch. And in his feelings, he can't get past that I've spoke my mind and stood on it, which should be the most respectable thing a man
Likewise.
can do,
Hey, we
is
have that
not
in
be
common,
fake
don't we?
and not pretend to be calm and not pretend to not be triggered like he constantly does.
That's
And
why
we've
we have
seen him
common
come out
ground.
once in a
That's why
while.
I have
He'll
respect
come
for
right
you.
out
You
when he
do
gets
speak your
really
mind.
down to it, when he can't run.
At
Right?
least
When
you
he
are
sticks
willing
around
to
and
deal
doesn't
with the
run, he'll
confrontation and have
freak
the
out, start
conversation.
screaming
That's
and
a good
yelling.
thing.
Yeah,
And
hey,
cursing
hey, is that
everyone, right?
if you had such
So
a great
just like
point, why
that,
did you talk
Talcott
over
and
him
all the
for like
rest.
20 minutes? Your points are so great that you had to talk over him, so you
Oh,
couldn't make a
another
point.
triggered? Are you
No,
talking
I'm
about
not
me?
triggered at all. I just think it's silly that people follow your bullshit when you're
Right,
sitting here
so
talking
just
over
like you
someone,
tried to use
so they
me,
can't even make a
you're using
point.
Talcott
Nobody
now.
tried to
And
use
you've been a
you.
triggered bitch since day one because you hate your life, you hate your marriage, you hate your
Blah
wife. She
blah.
hates you, and she
Projecting
hates
here,
me
Pauline.
because I speak truth
Projection
that
from the
either of you
trailer
doesn't want to
park.
look at and can't deal with because you're too triggered hoes. So just break bad again, Moose, like you did the first time.
It's
You're
not about
crying and
Breaking
whining
Bad.
in
It's
front of
about
me
how
and you
you're
realize
embarrassing
it
yourself
doesn't
and
matter
you're
now because
totally
you're a
being
hoe
a
and you're
hypocrite
triggered.
by not
So
letting
go
somebody
ahead
else
and break
talk
bad again because it's
to
already been
make their
obvious
point.
you're breaking bad again. That's why you went over to Talcott. It's always a subliminal ego trip with you.
Not
You're a
even. You're just
manipulative
playing
douchebag,
games, and
and that's
it's
why
pretty
your wife
sad
doesn't respect
because
you.
Dick had a
That's why
point
she
and you
hates
wouldn't let him
me
make his
because I'm
point because your
so
point
respectful.
wasn't
She
stronger than
can't
his.
avoid the truth
So
that I
you
speak.
talked over
And neither
him
can you.
until he finally
So
just turned his
have
camera off
fun, Mike
because you were
Casino.
like, hey,
Have
I'm not going to
fun, Mike
listen
We're
to
all
you.
raising
Casino.
our
Deacon
hand. We're
Howard.
all raising our hand. Like Paul. Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Can I'm new here. I'm new here. I'm new to this channel a little bit and stuff. And I love everything that I see on here. But my man, you are definitely articulating your words wrong. You are spreading out your feelings very extended. You're not letting anybody speak, and you are speaking over every time somebody talks. Now, the way to conduct yourself is to shorten your words, get your expression out, and let somebody respond.
Okay, could you show me an example?
The show is turning to a mess when I came in and the show was a mess when all I hear is
really?
you talking
Because
and
I
not
thought
giving
that
anybody
I
a
was
response.
under the
See,
impression that I was
there
the
we go. See,
reason
you
that
just
there was a
interrupted
lot
me.
more viewers lately because I had started coming over here to support OTW.
Point
And
proven.
I thought he had said
Point
that.
proven.
Was I wrong on
Point
that? Is that
proven.
ego, OTW? Did you say that? Am I misunderstanding that? Or
point proven that
I don't
you
know your
can't stop
viewers. I haven't
interrupting
watched
people.
you.
I was
I
muted
like
there, but
you. And
I'm
yeah, I
going to say
respect
that we
you,
have
and I'm just clarifying.
108 people watching right now. I mean, I'm going to have to agree
What
with
are your
Paul
usual numbers,
by
sir?
saying, yeah,
What are your usual numbers, sir?
between 40 and 50, sir.
Right. So, and that's at best, I think, and I'm going to just be real with it, right? It's, I think at best, on his best day, 40 to 50. So we've doubled that and on the way to triple. Would you like to tell me more about how I'm ruining the show, dummy?
You're ruining the rapport. Nobody's talking about numbers.
Oh, Moby here thinks I'm ruining the rapport, and he took 5 fucking seconds to think it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The rapport, right out of your feelers. I don't give a fuck what you feel about the rapport here. And when you came up to talk about the rapport, you should have talked about the rapport and how it felt, not me ruining the show for the viewers who are all here because of me at this point. Thank you, sir, for your input.
I think there was a lot of people watching before you got here, and they just and a
Right,
lot of
they're here
people
for
woke
you,
up after.
Moose. They're here for you in Talcott, Moose, because you're going places like you and your wife.
You mad,
You're going
buddy?
places in life.
It's all right.
See, here's one thing: is a lot of people on YouTube like conflict. So when they hear something, they're like, "Hey, somebody's conflicting over on OTW's channel." A lot of people are going to come over here and try to figure out what's going on. But once the rapport gets calmer, you know the viewers will go down. That's how YouTube works. Paul
That's
clearly
how
knows.
YouTube works.
Paul clearly
It's
knows
all
how.
about thumbs up and comments, so we shouldn't be
Anyways,
authentically
OTW,
ourselves.
this is an
We should play
example
to
of
the
why I
crowd and
won't
the
come back to
algorithm,
your show,
because we're
because
inauthentic
you allow
corporate
this kind of
males with yin
bullshit
yangs
to
and false
continue,
spiritual
and it
symbols behind
ruins
us
the
that we don't
broadcast
live.
continually.
Hey, OTW,
Just like
I'm jealous
Snafu in
and
the
envious.
chat.
Sorry,
That's why I
but
went
it
to
doesn't
compete
ruin the
with Paul, but
No,
broadcast.
it's
no, I
all
didn't.
right. It's all
It
right. You
doesn't.
don't do what's
So you
right.
how to
You do
run the
what's expected
broadcast,
of you.
even though I can't
There's
run
right
my own
and what's
chat.
expected of you, and I do what's right. So I'm taking
Right,
off.
it's what's right, what's expected, blah, blah, blah. Bye, bitch.
All right, see you around, Moose.
It's dab time.
Yeah.
I have nothing against
No
Moose,
dab.
guys. Moose is a guy. I understand why he says I don't do what's right. I just do what I feel like I want to
Freedom of
do,
speech.
and I don't
Freedom of speech
cause
is
any loss,
accepted.
injury, or harm to
Freedom of
anybody.
speech.
So that's the whole point. This is the point of this channel. I mean, when I bring information
Absolutely,
or
OT.
fucking
Absolutely.
broadcast any sort of topic, I want it to be a free speech platform where
fucking
everybody
12.
gets a chance to fucking express their
What's wrong
opinions,
with this?
whether it be Paul, whether it be Freedom, any of you guys, including myself. I think we all have a chance to say what we want to say, and that's that. I mean, we can all censor ourselves, being intelligent, whether or not we're talking about sensitive subjects. But besides that matter, I mean, I think it's completely ridiculous to want to censor anybody or throw anybody off a channel or a panel when somebody wants to say something. Obviously, it's a little bit boring when you have 2 or 3 people screaming at each other at the same time. But we try to work our way through that and eventually end up having a decent conversation where we're having a decent exchange of information. And that's that. All right. So that being said, much love to everybody. We have 105 people watching right now. Make sure to hit that like button, share this out, and yeah, exactly. Leave a comment.
Back, shout out
Hit
to
the
the
fucking bell.
105.
All right. So your thoughts, panel. Thank you for being here, everyone. An epic panel again, once again this week. And I'm gonna thank Paul personally. Thank you, sir, for being here. It's been the second time, and I appreciate you bringing this amount of viewers to the Grand Rising show number 16. Much appreciated, and I'm very grateful. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for
Let me
coming up
just
over here.
respond,
'cause-
Dark Knight,
my
please.
bad.
I just want to respond, OTW. I appreciate you, sir, and I appreciate your unshakable and unwavering commitment to bettering yourself in some way. And when you decided to take a cue from what we have been talking about and give your own version of that, I said, okay, well, that's somebody who I will entertain working with and co-creating with. So, I'm going to bring me and my guerrilla presentment, and I'm going to light the place up and hold everybody accountable and, bring some energy and some heat. So if you appreciate that, I appreciate you, and we can move forward. Thank you, sir, for allowing me to be here.
All right.
Well,
excellent.
I will say I do
So, now
appreciate
that
you
we,
both. I appreciate you both.
Go ahead.
Just for the experience that's been going on. Because like I said earlier, I've been getting triggered at a lot of points during the monogamy talk, but I was able to work through it. And like I said, I appreciate you, Paul and Dick, for the back and forth, even though y'all be talking over each other at the same time. It's hilarious. It's entertaining and it's valuable at the same time. So again, salutes to y'all. I yield.
Awesome. And you know what I commend is the fact that we are able to collaborate together now, especially the rocky start that we had, you and I, Paul. So, that's another thing that I never thought one day that we'd be actually on the same panel working together and collaborating to, spread
Mr. OTW News.
And
this is war.
Sir?
Mr. OTW News, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I can't believe this is what I mean. Like, I find that the females, take to this stuff rather quickly, even if they're the most triggered up front. Snafu Snaps has been here 6 months, like a lot of these chimpanzees, and still can't or won't get it, right? He thinks I should take time to listen to others, and maybe it'll help my journey. Why would I want to take time to listen to folks on my journey who are on their journey when I don't want to look like them, live like them, be like them, sound like them, present like them, entertain like them, get the results they have? Why would I do that? That'd be foolish.
Those who are built for success don't entertain themselves with the entertainment of clowns.
Let's move on.
I've never heard that before, but
I just made it up myself.
Well,
right, we can tell, sir. Let's move on.
You're here. Why
we
then?
make a lot of profound stuff regularly.
And you're here for what then?
Me?
Yeah.
Because I had some common friends that had come up in here, and there had been common discussions. So
Successful people don't follow around common friends, in case you didn't know.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm not welcome.
They do what the fuck they want when it needs to be done, or when
I'm
they
not
want to do it
welcome
for a reason they have. Simple.
I'm sorry. I'm not
The
welcome.
wise man is neither moved by praise nor blame.
Right. Cleveland's picking up on a lot of game.
I
I see
apologize
social
for being a
media,
human
reading the
being.
Dow.
I apologize for being a human being and trying to connect with people I thought were like.
Yes, a human being. The old appeal to emotion in the audience. I'm the real human being here. It's not that you lack understanding of self and an adequate presentment to achieve a commanding of respect. No, that's not it. You're just a real human, and I'm not, of course.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I think I have to respond to a comment that I just seen here. It's because you see people in chat there. You guys aren't aware that the other panelists that are up here are restreaming the stream. All right. So I get the full amount here on the screen of everybody, restreaming and how many people are watching on each restream. So I see on my channel, there's 44 people. On Moose's channel, there are 3 people. We got Pineal Power, who has 1 person. And we
Moose's
have
friends and family watching. Pineal Power's mother watching.
Excuse me?
Moose's friends and family are watching, all 3 of them on his side. Pineal Power's mother's watching on his side. And then how many on my side?
Me watching on Moose's channel right now.
Hey, I had 12 people watching before you went live. So
Freedom has decided to restream now. So you see, this is I have people is saying in chat well, don't lie, OTW. You only have 44 people watching. Duh, I know that, because if you're only watching on YouTube, you don't see all the other people restreaming. So
look at Moose down there. He goes, there were 11. so now it doesn't even matter how many people really are watching if you believe in, better yet, know who and what you are and what you're here to do, but you don't. So you care so much about numbers that you're going to compete and go, it's not 3, it's 11. It was right. So even all 11 people who whittled themselves down to 3, you lost 4/5 of your audience because they hate you and only showed up to see if you would embarrass yourself. Good job.
All right. So you know what, guys? We're going to go on to the next segment of the show. I hope, get ready, Paul. Everybody buckle up. This is
let's get ready to rumble.
He thinks I'm hating. Hating happens when you're in a power position and a player hater can't get to the position you're at. Hating with me goes one way.
You just made the most
down to up.
Comment. You said you don't. You said
I'm
you
at
don't
the
listen
top
to people's
position. The hate
opinions.
goes down to
You
up,
don't
right?
listen to anyone
I
but
care and
yourself,
attention and
Paul.
presence and awareness and entertainment and
You don't
understanding
take
goes
anyone's
downward.
opinions,
It's
even if
downward
they're wrong opinions,
hate
Paul.
flows
You don't
up.
think we learn?
Love
We
flows
learn from
down. It
others,
just doesn't
Paul?
look and feel like
Does
we used
everyone
to.
just learn from
Daddy's
Paul?
love.
Is it just
Daddy's
Paul we
love.
learn from? Paul is the all God knowing.
Men go the
Or do we
wrong
learn
way.
from others, even if others are wrong?
Granny
No,
panty
bro, I
wearing.
learned
I
from
hate women because I
everyone.
can't love women because they
Everyone
don't
has
love
a
me
truth,
because I'm
yo.
not
Not
love
Paul's
able.
truth,
Because
yo.
I'm an
Not
angry
just
chimpanzee
Paul.
who doesn't know
Not
himself.
Paul is God.
Because I'm
Not
extremely
Paul's gonna tell me
unsuccessful in
who
every
the
area of
fuck
my
I'm
life.
gonna be in a
Because I'm
relationship
incompetent,
with.
incompetent,
What
and don't
the
apply
fuck, Paul?
myself.
That's some selfish
Oh
ass
my
shit
God,
right
I'm
there,
gonna
bro.
cycle now.
Selfish as fuck, Paul.
The dream boat is docked,
Selfish
ladies.
as fuck.
Snafu
You don't
snap.
listen to
Anybody
others
want to go?
because you
Any
don't.
ladies
You
want
have
to
no
go with
respect
Snafu
for
snap?
others. You don't
Snafu
listen
snaps
to
is here
others
now, ladies. You
because
want to go
you
take
are
a
in
walk
your
with them?
own mind, Paul.
Snafu
I
snaps
learn
got
from
rejected by an
everyone,
obese
even if
drunk
they're
woman out on
wrong,
the street in
Paul.
front of O'Shea.
That's where your
Played a
problem
video
is.
of you and
You
O'Shea
have it in your
macking
head.
on
You
women
can't
like
learn
you
from
tried to
anyone
ego
else.
trip. You go watch
You can
this.
always
And you
learn
got
from people,
rejected by a
even
drunk
if they're
obese
wrong,
woman
Paul.
who laughed at
Even
you
if
and
they're
walked
wrong,
off.
Paul. For you to sit there and just say, fuck all these people, I'm the godliest fucker in the world.
What you talking about, Lou?
Trigger.
God of all media.
Real.
He ain't no god of all media, Rob Cleveland. Give me a break.
He's the God of all media.
Well, that shows me how much you would cult up with him then.
Are you crying right now?
Well, I've started 5 channels
No,
that got
I ain't crying.
200
I
viewers,
feel it's
mostly the
funny that
same
Paul.
reason
I
as
feel
views
it's
to
funny
watch
he says
me
he takes
fail.
no opinions from others. We all learn from each other's. We all learn from even bad opinions.
I haven't learned a
How do you
motherfucking
think
thing
that?
from
How do
you,
you think people
Snafu.
create?
Right.
How do you think
User
they
player
prepare?
hater. You've
They
been
take
I've
the big
bettered my
one.
life in multiple ways since watching Paul. I
I
haven't
never
learned a
said he
damn thing
hasn't,
from you,
Rob. But
Snafu.
fucking, you're gonna
I
suck
speak
dick if
right
someone
in
helps
you.
you a
You watch
little.
your
Like,
eyes.
what the fuck,
Can I have
man?
just 1 second
That's
here?
sucking
I
dick
watch
Can
your
I have
body
because
language.
he's helping
I
you.
watch
Can I have
what I
just a
say,
brief,
how you react, and
just
I
a brief
know who the
comment?
haters are. I know
Just a
who
brief
they are
comment?
by their damn body language. You don't get it. I'm on
Just
to
a
Yeah,
you
I
brief.
from
don't
day
get it.
one.
Why you're so egotistical at times,
I'm
and then you're
on
so
to you
arrogant at
from
times.
day
You,
one.
Paul, need to listen to people, and maybe it'll help
I
your
don't need
journey.
to listen to a dumb
It will
slave
help
like
you,
you who
Paul.
can't
If
show
you
me
start
anything.
listening to others,
I
it's going to
don't
help
need
you
to
more than
listen
you
to a dumb
understand.
slave like you
Maybe
who can't
that's a
show
lesson
me a
that Paul needs
motherfucking
to
thing in his
learn.
life.
Maybe Paul has a
Don't need to
lesson he
listen.
needs to learn
I
because it
don't
will
need
help
to listen.
you
You
in
need
the
to listen to
future,
somebody who
Paul.
has
Can I
It'll
make a
help
brief?
you
Can I make a
dummy.
brief
to be
comment
more
here, real quick?
successful in the God of all media.
Can I make a brief comment here, real quick? Because I'm surprised that nobody understands the term cult yet. You keep using it as if though it's a derogatory term, yet you don't realize it means homage, means to return to where you came from.
Where's
So
the
gather
Kool-Aid
up
table
where
at?
you came from and keep using the term cult as if though it's a derogatory term when in fact you don't even know what you're saying.
That's interesting. All I'm saying, Paul, is you would learn from others if you listen too. It's not a
What
bad
makes
thing to
you think
listen.
that I don't listen to others? The majority of what I speak here, I correlate with stuff written by other people with my own experience. I listen to plenty great motherfuckers. I don't listen to loser lowlives who can't see themselves. It's that simple. Don't you get? I see you. You don't see yourself. You lack self-awareness.
Paul,
Stop telling
remember,
me
you're
that I need to
the
be like
God of
you.
relationships. I would
I
never
don't
take
need to
love
listen
advice
to
from someone like
you
you.
because I don't want
Let's
to
just put
be
that
like
out there.
you. The
Let's just
same
put that
reason
out
women
there.
and children won't listen to you, because women and children typically are only going to listen to someone they want to be with or be like. Dummy.
That is a statistical psychological fact, by the way.
All I know, Paul, is you would benefit listening to people, whether you agree with them or not. It's something you need to work on.
I don't listen. I just don't give you any credit because you're
No,
non-credible.
like when Dick was
I
talking,
listen
you
to
wouldn't let
everything.
him
That's
talk.
how I can
When Dick
respond
was
in
talking,
kind.
you
If I
would
wasn't
not let him
listening,
talk.
I wouldn't be
There's
able
a
to
lot of
respond
non-credible niggas,
so
bro.
quickly. My
There
listening
is
skills are
two
off the
ways of
charts.
listening.
Yours aren't.
Right, there is two
Okay,
ways of
yes,
listening. You
so
can
much.
hear everything. You can hear everything. You can listen to what you want. He's right.
Hey,
You can listen certain ways. He is
and
right.
Also for me, coming from the same perspective,
That's what he does here, sir.
I have a hard time listening to somebody that starts out lying. Why would I want to listen to the rest of it? To me, when you speak babble, that's lying.
Like our governments.
Yes,
Paul, I really think you should start raising your own chickens instead of harming all those poor little harmless field animals that are killing all the big game and
like the vegans.
Yeah.
Fuck
Here we go again.
That's what I
Next
want to
gonna
change
cycle
about
on the
Paul.
one thing he's damn sure of. This is what all the chimpanzees do.
Otherwise, I
Let's
like
go
Paul.
through this
Everything
big
else
brain
is
of
good.
mine and pick one thing I'm damn sure of, and usually they're wrong there too.
That's
so
my
this is
one
the
bone
ego
to
game.
pick.
We'll do it all day, every day.
That's my one bone to pick with Paul.
Right. And you're wrong there too, but that's okay. You have a habit of being wrong in many places in your life and not
Otherwise,
looking
I
at it.
just
That's
wish
why
you
you're all
joy
so
and success.
unsuccessful in everything.
No wonder why he's so angry. He must be a vegan. Makes sense.
Yeah, I'd say that monogamy thing was the only bone I had to pick with Paul.
It's not because I'm so
it's
loving and caring that I don't kill and do harm and cause loss and injury and don't lie anywhere in my life to women or children or anyone or myself. It's because I'm so damn angry. Oh man, I'm so angry today. I'm gonna not cause loss, injury, and harm. I'm gonna really connect to women and children. I'm gonna really listen to them and try to understand them. I'm so fucking angry. No, I think a lot of other people here are really angry, but they're just got it all together, they think, and real passive aggressive. Okay?
No, he just lets his anger out on YouTube. Just let your anger out on YouTube. I see.
Right.
Man, I guess it's done.
What you talking about, Willis?
You know, Paul, I think if you came in with a costume, these people might take it a little better, you know?
Right.
That's what I'm finding in the last couple days alone.
Someone dressed up as something because it just kind of brings their guard down. Ooh, that's someone who's like important.
So you got a mask. They're used to talking to people with a mask.
Right.
See? So you got to give them the comfort zone.
You got the Green Lantern thing going.
Yeah, they're comfortable with stupidity and bondage, right? Codependency, attachment, addiction. If I just came to them with any form of like how I know their brain works, they'd accept it. But I don't manipulate. Their masters do, but they won't listen to me. They'll listen to them because they know how their brain works like I do, and they know how to manipulate it. And they're willing to. Right? I'm not.
Bingo.
Yeah, and see, a lot of the manipulation is psychological, right? So
All of the
think
manipulation is psychological. All of it is.
Well, no, you've got manual manipulation where you physically control it. But
Yeah,
most of it is psychological because that is the first tactical point is to get into somebody's fucking head. Guess what? They start doing it when you're 4 fucking years old and send you off to preschool.
All right, speaking of animals, I got a short story for Dick, and I'll see if you can get the point. This look at this beautiful cat right here. Dick, can you see it? This little baby appeared to me and the wife about 6 months ago. It just appeared.
On his pussy now. Okay.
Yeah. So this being appeared to us. It just like came into one of the areas of one of our properties, and like we weren't sure she couldn't get out, so we like opened the gate because like that would be the only way for her to get out. We thought she fell in. She didn't leave, and she just kind of hung out, and we fed her. So now, and she just followed us around. So we have her in our house now, and she can go at any time. Now, one day, like 4 weeks ago, she disappeared. And we kind of heard from the grapevine, basically by looking around, that she was taken, and somebody saw her get taken. And basically, we know, but we kind of can't say, or we know kind of who took her. And this person told us that when they tried to feed her good food in the cage that she was kept in, she wouldn't eat. So they had her for about 5 days. Okay? And so she was going to just not eat and die rather than like take food from the terrorists, essentially. Take food from the captor. So she would rather just die than continue to live in the cage from her. So long story short, they did give her back because basically we went around and I won't say how it really worked, what we did, but we got her back. And she don't really go near the edges anymore. But that's a story I just wanted to share with you and see if that might shed light on the whole monogamy situation.
Story done in the forms of pussy with some analogy towards how what is meant for you will come back to you, like the love goes out and then it comes back. A little bit of that in there as well.
A bit. It's more of, I took it as that this cat would rather die than be with in a cage.
No, that's not the point. Paul had said that if you have a situation where the woman did go, that I was the kind of guy who would let that relationship spoil because I couldn't get past my ego to let her go be with someone else. And I find that odd because I don't think that he embodies that and would do that. I think it's a contradiction and it's hypocrisy.
Right, I understand that part, and the story was to look at it from a different angle. That if you are what you got to be.
Perspectives. I mean, I'm just putting in my 2 cents. I'm not a static being, so I can definitely get out of my ego and look at it from different views.
Just trying to share my beautiful story, man.
Yeah, this is a nice story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really seem that way, Dick, when you're just constantly like talking, like while he was trying to talk as well.
Oh, so he has the autonomy to do that, but I can't do it myself, Rob. Paul can just sit there and fucking blab on endlessly, but if I join him in that pursuit and we harmonize together,
y'all both do that though.
We're just talking over
y'all
each other.
both do that though. That's the thing.
Yeah, the difference
So
is I'm usually
there has to be a middle ground.
The difference
But Rob,
is
why didn't you defend Dick instead of Paul?
the remix. The difference is, see, usually in a conversation when someone's fucking name is brought up by 2 or 3 people, you should give that person the time to answer, not pile on dummy who's autistic, borderline autistic, because you can't figure out a natural flow of power and energy.
So now your relationship doctor and the
whether it's
psychiatrist.
pussy power, whether it's conversational energy and power and informational, you can't figure out your proper place and position for the flow of energy to be achieved for everybody involved to get what we all want and need.
And to answer your question, hold on. I need to answer Snafu's question. Oh, let me answer Snafu's question. Let me answer Snafu's question.
That's why I yell most of my
Let me answer Snafu's question.
Borderline autistic.
Plenty of times Paul is right. So
Let me answer Snafu's question.
I stand my ground.
Anyways, earlier, as I said, Snafu, I was more on Dick's side, but the reason why I said what I said is because Paul articulates he's as I see it, he's more right as you know, even though I'm more on Dick's side because that's what I've known most of my life, and I haven't had this perspective opened up to me in a way that's been clear and articulate.
Right.
And
so when I'm
that's not a reason to be on my side either, because you know it has to be what resonates and what your true intention is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What you say resonates, but what Paul also says resonates with me as well. So that's what I'm saying.
Right, because you think that resonate happens like automatically with just truth. It's called pimping and hoeing again. If you think like a dumb broken hoe and a cheap ass pimp comes up, you might resonate with him, right? Or maybe if you know what you need to know or you're willing to learn and you take it all in and then someone comes up and speaks the real game and the real truth to you, you really resonate. Okay? So we can't just use resonate as a catch-all term because when you speak the real, true, ultimate, eternal word on some level, you vibrate like a bell. That's why a lot of times I stop speaking and you hear dead fucking silence after one of those 20-minute rambles because everyone's too busy vibrating like a bell and want to know what's going on, right? So the difference between you rambling and me rambling is by the time I'm done, a lot of folks are aware I've said something meaningful, powerful, inspiring, and life-changing. You've done none of that.
So you don't think Dick had something to say that could have been powerful, inspiring, life-changing?
Where I have to say the uncomfortable part out loud, but the borderline autistic folks are just supposed to know by their intuition.
Interesting.
Thank you, fat, inept slave who I wouldn't want to be for one
great and only one.
Thank you.
You could probably just shorten it up slightly, Paul. That's all.
Right. Why don't you tell me how to do a lifelong understanding as a student of life that I've come to, how to just fucking shorten it up a little bit? Why don't you be another one to help me whittle it all down with your expert amalgamation?
Maybe it would work.
Get the fat slave out of here. I'm sick of them.
Everywhere he goes, censorship. You want censorship, just like all of them, huh?
Yeah.
See, when you get triggered, to the censor,
have everyone come to his channel to watch it fail again.
Chambers, right? Censorship, Paul.
Slave.
Yeah. I've noticed you've been begging censorship a lot more lately too. I've been seeing the optics.
Optics high. In China. It's cute and funny till it's not. Then you're just an annoying
No,
child.
you just basically said everyone but you has
child,
no knowledge, no inspiration. Dick could have had something inspiring and knowledgeable for us to listen to too. Whether or not I get what Rob said. Rob, I understand what you just said. It makes sense why you, okay, I get that. I accept that. What I'm saying is you, Paul, when I said you don't listen, you just straight up said Dick is the lower. Like whatever I say is going to surpass anything he says. That's bullshit.
I said my percentages. I said my percentages are better than yours. I don't give a fuck how you're triggered. That's the way I see it. He said the same thing. It's a genuine experience. Are you going to get mad at him for having a genuine experience? His experience is the same as mine. Is it wrong because my experience is the same as his, but it's coming from me speaking while he's having it? It's called self-awareness, dummy. You don't have it.
Kind of like you don't have respect for many people. You don't listen.
I don't need to respect you. You didn't listen,
So what?
fat slave. I've told you many times. I have
Well, and you
unconditional
wonder why
love.
people question.
You didn't listen.
You
fat
wonder why
slave.
people
Clean
say,
your
"What is
ears
the real deal
out.
with Paul? Is he
Clean
just
your
fucking
ears out.
gimmicky? Is he
Get out of
digging?
the car. Walk around
does he
in
actually
light.
care?
Get
Is he
some air
like, or
and
is he
clean
just
your ears out.
into himself?
Okay. I said
Interesting.
I have unconditional love and care. I have conditional.
Boy! Hey, boy! My man, boy! What's
Yo,
up,
ladies.
brother? What's
Dude.
up, my brother?
Fuck?
I thought I had to interrupt
This
you.
Dutch fuck. Another Dutch fucking loser.
void
Ritual for each other.
Very
They're
obvious
bullies.
reasons. I
Fucking
had
European
to
socialist fucking loser.
So
Shut
for
the
very
fuck up,
obvious,
boy, bitch.
All right, I'm gonna go eat something. I haven't eaten
for,
yet. Today.
yeah, you really.
You're a dumb fucking Dane, dude. Shut the fuck up, man.
I know, dude. So for very obvious reasons, I had to interrupt this stream just by clicking the link. And see
Because
how
you're a
much
dumb fucking Dane, that's why.
Useless motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. It's very obvious.
What?
Let's get ready to rumble!
You got fucking something to say about fucking everybody, dude. Give me a fucking break. You got a fucking problem with everybody and everything. You're a fucking miserable European slave. You cynical fucking miserable cunt. Christ, everywhere this fucking guy goes. He's shitting on everybody, fighting with a stupid Dutch accent. Like your fucking people.
I got nowhere else to go!
Like your fucking people haven't been doing genocide and slavery for a fucking 1,000 years. Stupid fuck.
Did you see how this little soy boy lit up when that slave came on panel? That's how you know, like, the root of him, and he's got the spirit of his mama, because he kept hooting and hollering, boy, 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 like he was about to climax. It was fucking embarrassing.
I was just happy.
What you talking about, Lou?
Right? What you talking about, bro?
It was just
What you
cool to
talking
see
about?
somebody that I knew.
Yeah, I like to see it too, laced up. I mean, you look like a Jew like everybody else here, but at least
Right, go
I mean,
straight to Jew.
Yeah,
Do you have one piece of merit? Do you have any pieces of merit about fucking anything?
Guys, because this cocksucker down here on the left side, left corner there, wants to talk about etymology and says it goes, yeah, it says El Perro goes back to Spanish.
No Jew here.
Spanish didn't come around until 700 years ago. And where I got it was from ancient Kemet, which was 4,000 years ago. So the dumbass thinks it means El Perro, it means the dog, and has not one conscious idea of what etymology actually means. You want to go back to origins. That's all origins, not just your fucking self-independent Spanish origins, because all men were created from the same source. So when you want to go to etymology, you go back to the very beginnings.
So can you just tell me what you actually mean?
No, because you're never going to understand it. You're not
Okay.
If you don't understand it, then fuck you, pussy.
So there's nothing that you mean to say, but you just want to shout. That's cool.
How's that? You want to understand that?
That's usually what dogs do, right? And you know what it is? The dogs that bark, they don't bite.
You got
Well, you
something
are
to
a dumb
fucking
bitch,
add?
so
You
it
got some
is
fucking
apropos.
merit you want to bestow upon us or no?
You
If
are a
not, get
dumb
the
bitch,
fuck
boy,
out.
so the
See,
slave
the
whistle
host
was
will mute
apropos.
me, but he won't mute anybody else, will he? You cocksucker!
What is this, man? Dude, I'm too
Yeah.
relaxed.
I mean, what happened yesterday, OTW?
I'm
the
actually
same
too
fucking shit.
relaxed to
You
hear
won't
his
mute him, but then when I start blowing the whistle, you want to mute me. You blasphemous
Well,
fuck.
it's not
This is
really
why I don't like you,
enjoyable to listen to.
cocksuckers.
It hurts
You
my
want to
ears.
pose that
Wizard.
you're not biased,
I've
yet
never
you're
ever
biased.
censored
Fuck you.
your words, sir.
Yeah, it's not
I've never
enjoyable to
censored
listen
your
to a
words,
bunch
sir.
of chimpanzees who have no lifestyle worth looking at, yet want to come up
All
here
right.
and contribute their opinion like anybody gives a fuck.
Yeah, I don't often agree with you, but for now I do. That's a reasonable statement there.
Yeah, and that's
Wizard,
why you should shut the fuck up. Because your opinion is fucking false.
Yeah, that's funny, dude. That's funny. I like it.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
else like
So,
it too
just
because
so you
they're
know,
in
Wizard,
agreement.
I've never
You
censored
dumb
your words,
fuck.
sir.
Why are you fucking with Wizard the Green Lantern, Voynich? Why are you fucking with him?
Oh, it's not just him, it's Patrick too. Patrick wants to sit there and let Voynich overspeak me. And then Voynich has the balls to say he's just going to overtalk me.
Dude, this is a
Fuck
bunch
you,
of
Will.
trash. Dude, I never.
Oh, you gotta be
All right, then shut the fuck up and get the fuck out, boy, bitch.
I
Damn.
never met so
What
much
do you
trash
want?
in my life because I live in a decent country. I never met so much.
Oh, tell us about that.
Can
You dumb
actually
fucking
let me
slave.
talk? No, you don't want to hear me talk. I can act. I
Not
don't
really.
have the ability to meet so much trash, in one point. So that's why I'm actually joining this whole stream. But if you want to oppose that, that's okay because that's only more trash. I think that's the best feature that you have there. I love it. Great
You
music.
want to ruin a conversation and say
that
you're going to
sounds like
over
the.
that? Go
That
ahead.
sounds like.
Do you always
That's
do
the kind
this,
of
or do you
disrespect you
just
fucking
is this
ask
just-
for when
is
you
this
sit there and
just-
fucking run your goddamn mouth and babble all fucking day.
That sounded like the alien from Men in Black. That was great. What is
Does he
that?
do
Yeah,
this
great
with
stuff, boy.
everybody, or does he only do this with me? Because
It sounds like that alien when the things come out and it starts screeching. It looks.
I don't know
like
that,
alien.
dude. That's an American thing, I come from.
Oh yeah, American. No, you're just universally hated by
I'm
everybody.
not a motherfucking American, you cocksucker.
Well, you sound like one.
There you go with your fucking ad hominems.
You act like one.
Boy, what do you want? What do you
Show
come
me
to the
how
fucking?
an American acts. Show me
You
how
come
an
to the
American
place.
acts, and you're sitting down there running your fucking
wanna
mouth.
see trash.
If an
I
American
wanna
acts
see
like
What the
that,
fuck do you
and
want?
You're sitting down
I
there
don't
running
see-
your mouth babbling,
I don't
then an
see.
American
I don't see
obviously
this
acts
much
better than you
trash
do.
in my life because I clean up.
So
my
what do you want? Why come up and stare at trash, you dumb fuck? Go hang out with your loser Dutch socialist fucking fucktards.
Yeah,
Why come here?
Why am I?
Because he wants to add himself to the trash. So he sees himself as trash because he wants to add himself to it.
Like I would never go to like a group of Dutch losers.
Timmy, you don't understand. The majority of the slaves who come here can't manage their inner space or their own affairs. They don't have friends and family.
All right.
Here.
He does the laugh to pretend like it's false.
They don't have any community. They don't lead anywhere in their life. They don't have responsibilities. They don't have to be part of support systems, and they don't have support systems.
Why do I
So
come
there's
here?
nothing to
I
do
come
but
here to
constantly
see the
watch
trash
me like this
that
guy
I didn't pick
who talks
up.
shit about
I
me
mean,
and
I
others
could
who are
pick you
around
up
me.
and put you in the
He's
bin.
been doing it
But
since day one.
still-
He always does it. It's his
still,
MO. He's
I'm
a
taking you
malcontent,
seriously.
right? These folks
You're
are
a
malcontent and
sorry-ass
miscreant in their
bitch.
life.
You're a sorry ass bitch, dude. You can only
Right.
talk.
Right. Where do you lead men? Where do you lead men in your life, boy? Anywhere? Right. Okay.
Right, we thought so.
Was I
Okay.
actually?
Because he
was I
thinks he
actually-
is
Or
the man.
women.
He
Men
thinks he
or
is the man.
women.
He doesn't see
Right.
any other men.
I
He
love
doesn't
this
see any other men.
CIA.
He
I
thinks
love
he
this
is
He
the
can't
man.
lead men or
I'm a
women.
CIA Jew now. I love it. I love it.
And he
Nobody
can't even
Right, the CIA.
control his conversation up here as if though he's a man. Because he sits there and fucking lets other people speak over him. Right, you fucking little bitch?
He's
Pick
also
up the trash.
No.
The trash
You're the trash.
throw it in the fucking
You're the
bin.
trash that signed on to the final
Throw
solution.
it in the bin.
You're the trash country that
throwing
signed
it
on.
in the
You're
bin.
the trash.
And
Shut him up if he can't control himself.
Because you're out of reach.
Trash
because
who
I'm
can't-
attracted. I'm attracted to trash because I want to pick up the trash and put it in the bin. and
you're
you
attracted
people
to
are
what
the kind
you
of trash
are, and
that
so
I can't
you
pick
see
up
us
and
as
put in
trash,
the bin.
but you actually
so I'm
are
going to tell
trash.
you
You're
that you
attracted
need
here.
to be
The game
put
the universe is
into the
playing
bin.
on you is you
Yeah,
actually
dude.
are
I know,
trash. and you're
dude.
attracted to
Dude,
places
you're just
where you
gonna
can
talk
get
over
value,
people.
but you
Nobody
can't
hears
get out of your
you.
own belief.
Nobody hears me, and that's what you like. You
Right.
love
Nobody
that.
wants to hear you,
If
boy.
you want to go quote me, you better motherfucking quote it correctly, you insolent fucking bitch. That's to Jack Talcott trying to quote me. You better quote it correctly and go back in that fucking video and see exactly what the fuck I said, because you're misquoting me.
This guy talks about trash lands when he's from a fascist, inauthentic corporate male slave state that gave itself over to the Germans because it's a final solution, one world order eugenicist cult, like most of these lands.
He's like in the heart of Babylon.
That's the fatality of it.
Hey, Paul, let me
That's the
address
fatality of it. That's what he claims as his statehood. I claim our Father which art in heaven is my statehood. That's why you don't call me a motherfucking American and get away with it, you cocksucker.
No, this is silly. So, Paul, I want to address.
It's silly because you sit there and babble.
Paul,
You think everybody's supposed to be of a nation, and yet you're a spiritual, scriptural guy that doesn't even know the scripture. Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Before thou was cast from the womb, I sanctified thee. I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation. Why are you expecting everybody to take on that fucking hood of a nation? You cocksucker. Now, let's talk about that American again. Who's the American? The cocksucker that isn't of a nation. He's in the nation. You come out of her. You're the one sitting there babbling, using all that language, expecting everybody else to be a national of some sort.
All that language is what you are using. You are using all that language.
God, man of the dust of the ground, and when he breathed the breath of life into his nostrils, man became a living soul.
Just likes dogs.
Can I say something, cult member? I totally agree with you. The only thing I did say was that I am in America, not that I am an American. I am in America, unfortunately, and this is the land of Babylon and all that.
Actually, if I could help you out, you are in this world, but not of this world.
No, dude.
Right.
Everything that's of this,
we don't need you to help us out. That is about the last thing that we need.
Right, boy.
You are just about the last thing we need.
Totally agree.
Right.
We are of this
in America.
We are of this world. I'm just in this. I'm just currently in the America. You know what I mean?
You might be on. If I'm in the pool, that's different than being
in the paperwork.
at the pool.
America does not exist anywhere but in the paperwork. So when you say you are in America, you're saying you're in that paperwork with America. Impossible.
Well,
If I'm in the pool or at the pool,
Unfortunately, I was born with a social security number, so I'm in the paperwork. I don't believe in the paperwork.
No, you are not in the paperwork. You are on the land, and the paperwork belongs to the record about the land. It's just a story, just like the scriptures.
Okay, thank you, OCW, for having me on. But you know, it's no use. Bye.
Fuck you, boy. Fuck you, boy.
Yes,
fuck you,
bye,
boy.
bitch.
How about
Bye,
that?
bitch. Bye,
Fucking
bitch.
loser.
I agree with you. You're totally right. It's just, it's
Miserable
hard for me to articulate the words right. You know, I hope you're understanding that I don't.
Dude,
I believe
just
that
stop talking and listen then, bro. Dude,
I am.
In versus on. In, on, at are different fucking words. Think about what the fuck you're saying.
Time to bring it down. Boy, bitch is gone.
Is there a reason to yell at me though? Like I'm a man speaking.
Yeah, because you keep talking, you're not fucking listening when you're saying babble, dude.
But I'm telling you that I'm and what I'm saying is I'm trying to understand you guys so I can articulate my words right. So if you would continue to yell at me, you're going to dissuade me to want to even listen to you. I will listen to the people that
So
like.
I don't give a fuck. If that dissuades you, then I don't give a fuck.
I like to be respected. I'm trying to respect
I don't give a
people,
fuck.
and
So
yeah, I don't care either.
I don't care.
Okay, let me speak real quick, softly and quietly. In their code, their own code, this is why I urge people to start using this shit against them. They say that the authorized representative giving an unambiguous authorized signature on the instrument is therefore not liable for the person named in the instrument. You're not in that documentation, brother. That's the person. That is the you. That is yourself with your person. They have separated your person, but you still believe you're your person. You can't do that. A person is a fiction. Samuel Clemens, Mark Twain, Tom Sawyer, first person. It's a fiction. Mark Twain is a fiction. Tom Sawyer is a fiction. Look up comment. Etymology, com, ment. C-O-M means with. M-E-N-T means mentality. So with your mentality, with thinking, that's all it is. It's only thoughts. It's intangible. So when it goes from here to the spoken word or paper, it remains a fiction. It does not become real until yourself acts upon it and manifests it in the physical realm. No other way. America was never manifested.
Right.
Period.
So by
It remains
saying that
spoken or
I'm in, so by stating that I'm in, I'm manifesting
that you're the person.
I'm manifesting their values.
Right. And that you're the person, which is false. You cannot be the person.
So I am on America.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that because I do view myself that way as not in
right. And that's why I urge again, everybody get back to that concise English, because Bill Clinton was exactly right. It depends on what your definition of is. And I'm telling you, by the way they've gotten written down, there's 21 different meanings to just is.
Right.
I yield.
Wait, hold on. How many you said?
21. 21 different uses of the word is. Look it up. How many uses for the word is?
I do have to go grab my children from school. I do have responsibilities. I got to go get my kids from school. If you guys are still live when I get back and get done with some stuff, I'll jump back up. But thank you very much, everybody. I know there's been some anger and stuff, but I'm just here to learn and I'm here to listen too. So thank you very much, guys, for having me up. Paul, thank you. Black, thank you. Snafu, cult member, OTW.
That's number 6.
Dick. Thank you, guys. Peace, yeah, Black, man. Number 6, Black. I'm sorry. I did that last time. I'm sorry. I apologize. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Please address the cult leaders appropriately. OTW, as much as I'd like to continue this freak show, would you like to transition over to my broadcast? Because it appears that I can't end this on my end. So,
yes, I know.
Be careful what you wish for, right?
Works. Yeah. I actually have absolute control over your broadcast right now, which is
so you can end it on your end.
Powerful feeling, But no, I'm gonna end it at 8 hours, brothers. So don't worry. Yeah, I'll end up going over to your broadcast, sir.
All right, cool. I'm gonna work on it now, so I'll see you folks over there.
All right, so 9 minutes. Give me 9 minutes, brother. Give a time to everybody to say their last words.
Yeah, I'll need more than that, man. So yeah, you're good to go, bro. Do your thing.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and the music at the end and all that, the credits, try to get people to click the support link so they can go ahead and buy a coffee for OTW News and the channel to help us keep on broadcasting every single day of the week for your enjoyment, pleasure, or your pleasure and enjoyment. So thank you everybody for being here right now. We have 129 people watching, so please make sure to come and subscribe over to OTW News from whether other channel that you're watching from. Come on over here to OTW News and subscribe, and hit that that notification bell so you get all our uploads and when we go live as well. So that being said, I'll let these gentlemen say their final words, starting with, I think I'll start with, how about you, Rob?
I got to run. Thank you
you
for a delightful broadcast.
okay.
OTW.
I'll go with Freedom. Hold on a sec.
We'll catch you
Take
all
your
soon.
time. Take your time. Don't leave so quickly. It's promo time, brother.
A lot of different
You guys are the last
discussions that went
panelists
on
here.
here today. We had fun things to talk about. We were able to dissect some things a little bit closer and get down to some nitty-gritty details. And I enjoyed myself, and I appreciate the opportunity to have these discussions on your platform, OTW. So keep up the good work, and thank you, Paul. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, everybody that I can't see that's on here. And you guys just have yourself a tremendous rest of your afternoon. Try to drink lots of water. If you're dealing with crazy weather conditions, I could go into a little monologue and just make it all about Dick, have some Dick time. If you want to just really tie up the airwaves like Rob Cleveland likes when I do, because he says, Dick, talk more, please. Just express yourself. You're not, getting in there and throwing enough punches. So Rob Cleveland once more. I'm going to give him more. Rob, this is for you. Love you, Rob. You have a great rest of your afternoon. And what else is in this chasm of a mind to mind that we could explore that just goes on for eternity with endless opportunities of nothingness and somethingness becoming toroidal fields of interconnected possibility.
All right. Okay. That's good. Thank you, Freedom. Thank you, sir.
Have a great rest of your afternoon.
You just got
Thank
the
you all
cane.
very much.
We took the
Thank you.
cane.
Appreciate you nipping that in the bud. That was embarrassing anyway. Humiliating, really. Have a great afternoon.
All right. Thanks, man. Get the heck out of here. Thanks, man, for being here. Much love, brother. All right. Who's next? Let's go. Oh, the computer seemingly has decided that Timmy's going.
I guess I'm next.
Yeah.
I guess I'm next. Get some fucking merit when you want to talk. All right. Thanks a lot. OTW, thanks for having me, man. Bye.
Much pleasure. You're always welcome, Timmy. See you next time. All right. Get the fuck out of here. Who else got now? We have. Can I kick myself out of here?
We have you next.
Hold on, we still have people left. I'm like, what the hell's going on? How come I'm next? I'm not next. All right. All right. We still have Mr. Snafu Snaps. We have Mr. Wizard himself, and Mr. Number 6 Black. He sounds like a cheap wine or something. I don't know.
Well, I had something to say, but I'm going to save it for Paul's panel because I want to for sure put over there. So I want to be up on his panel when I
still
say
your
it.
turn then, Wizard. Promo time. Go ahead. It's your
But I hope
moment of
everybody
glory.
pays attention to it because I try to make very succinct messages in in the things that I do, like the whistle. When you come up here on this panel and you start running your mouth and you refuse to block people and let other people actually have something to say, that's fine. That's fine. That's the way it is. But then you turn around and block my whistling. You mute me when I'm whistling. That's wrong. Just because I bring a different message or a different voice or a different language gives you no reason to censor. And that's what this is all about. So I hate to see it, but I do it for a reason. And maybe one of these days I'll start chatting in the chat with my language. Will you pay attention to me then? Fuck no, because then it's too much to come to me to ask me what my fucking words are, which is what you should be doing to begin with. And nobody wants to do that. They want to interpret them as they want and then run with it and tell everybody that means El Perro means the dog. Well, go ahead and keep doing that. Because in the end, the eventual place for you is that everybody's going to see you as the liar you are. Period. I'm out.
All right. Thank you very much, Wizard. You're always welcome. Much love, brother. Much respect. Too bad you took the whistle thing. I just it's still my broadcast, and I don't believe in censoring people's thoughts. But when it comes to a point where you're I think it's you're exaggerating a bit, Wizard, and fine. We all have our own opinions. You can say what you want, but I still respect you, sir. And I still believe in free speech, but I don't believe blowing a whistle is free speech. Speaking with your mouth, speech is mouth. The words come out of your mouth. So that being said, I'll go right over to Mr. Snafu Snaps. Welcome, Mr. Snafu Snaps.
Yeah, OTW, man. Like I said, it's cool to see everyone's truth, yo. You know, from even my enemies, or as Paul says, the slaves. You know, I think we learn from everyone. I see that Venus Cupcake, the dangerous granny panty fucktards are in here chumming up with Voynich. I see Voynich talking shit. A lot of you guys who keep talking your shit, man, I'd like to see some of you guys get your balls or your little titties up here on the panels, but keep doing your truth, yo, everyone. Like I said, everyone has their opinions or truth, yo, and we learn even from our enemies, or as others say, slaves, but keep doing it up, man, and the optics are high. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Thanks a lot for being here, Snaps. So we'll see you next time. Much love, much respect, brother. All right, he's gone. So it's just me and you, Rob.
Well, I appreciate you having me up. I appreciate the great show that you had on today. I appreciate Paul Enslaved for coming up here and having that back and forth with Dick. I had a lot of triggering moments during that, being, sort of freshly out of a relationship and still being in touch with this woman. I'm not really going to go into that, but for the people in the chat that were sort of spiraling and just kind of just tripping, and just open your mind, and when you get those triggers, just find out where that's coming from, and don't be so reactive. Just just be cool, man. I don't really understand where all the hate is coming from. Keep an open mind. So like I said, there was a lot of triggering points for me, but I was working through it as the back and forth was going on, and I see both sides. So like I said, I'm more with Dick, but at the same time, I still see what Paul is saying, and as he's elaborated on it and made sense with it, I resonate with it more and on a previous level than where I was at. But other than that, it was a great show. Everybody, you guys have a great day. Number 6, Dark Knight out. Thank you.
Peace, man. Thank you for being here. See you next time, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it was a very engaging show. It was actually very heated. Great discussions. A lot of Royal Rumble today. It was great. And I want to thank Paul for being here and bringing his viewers over to watch my show. So much respect and much gratitude towards Sir Paul Enslaved. Now, that being said, everything that's being said here today are always the point of views of the people that are participating, and necessarily the ones of everybody watching or the ones of OTW News. And also the fact that I do encourage freedom of speech, but not freedom of whistle. So if Wizard, you're still listening, that's how that works over here, right? So sometimes people come on here and they fight with other panelists. Not all panelists get along together, and that's the way it goes. But I have much respect for everybody who came here and contributed today, even if there was a mayhem and everything. But the theme of the show today was Weird Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. It was a weird Wednesday, so we'll leave it at that. So make sure to go ahead and hit that like button, share, subscribe if you're not subbed, and yeah. Much love to everybody. Click the bell, get all the notifications, leave a comment in the comment section, and you also have a link in the description down below or at the top of live chat presently. If you would like to support the channel and help us bring you this wonderful 8-hour broadcast every day of the week for your viewing and audible enjoyment, so please don't hesitate to support us and keep this wonderful show on the road and ongoing. Please make sure to tell everybody about it, to come here and have a great time here on OTW News, the Grand Rising Show, where you get all the best content that I can provide you. So thank you for being here. I'll stop being so long-winded. Like and share, and I'm gonna go on with the ending overlay of the show. All right, and also choose the song that we'll play to end this properly. So I recall that Misunderstood said that she was lit. So let's go with the song Lit. Okay, Light It Up. Oh, no, that's not it. It's, where is it? Hold on a second. No, that's not the one. Don't play that song. Fuck that song. This is the song I want to play. There it goes. All right. Thank you, everybody. Peace.
I'm just fucking lit, man. I'm just fucking lit. Drink a bottle of this shit, man. Bottle of this shit. I'm about to write a hit, man. About to write a hit. No, I'm never gonna quit, man. Never gonna quit. I just took another hit, man. Took another hit. I'm about to lose my shit, man. About to lose my shit. Does she have a fucking wristband? Yeah, she needs that shit. Better get her out real quick, man. Get her out real quick. Are you the present or the future? Are you a drinker or a boozer? Are you a giver or a user? Are you a winner or a loser? And I said that I would never back down. And I said that I would never back down. And I said that I would never back down. I swore that I would never fucking back down. I'm feeling like the shit, man, feeling like the shit. Yeah, her body's like a gift, man, body's like a gift. Cause she's looking hella fit, man, looking hella fit. And I can't always commit, man, can't always commit. Pull the trigger on this shit, man, trigger on this shit. Cause I feel I haven't lived, man, feel I haven't lived. Till I got nothing to miss, man, got nothing to miss. Are you the present or the future? Are you a drinker or a boozer? Are you a giver or a user? Are you a winner or a loser? And I said that I would never back down. And I said that I would never back down.